The game keeps crashing when I have it open for too long. Give me a second. Golly. I hope it doesn't crash while I'm playing it. Okay, I'll hydrate. Dude, that stream literally just started. Chill. I'll stay hydrated. We started 30 minutes ago, it wouldn't be a problem. I was doing, whatchamacallit? I was doing morning routines. I woke up late today. I really like the overall, like, the starting screen looks really good. The UI over here looks really cute. I woke up like an hour ago. No, two hours ago. Took me 2 hours to get through my morning routine because I was so lazy today. And yeah, okay. Let's start. Salt cures all. The breathless hick-hitch, the watered-down swallow, the taste of it and rivers across your cheeks. The sweet, sticky burn, the pink, frothy, clear edge where it meets the cut and scrape as muscles feather and tense. The repetition and motion of the wind through ribs, body slick with good work. And the dark, weightless haze, pressure pushing down, sun mottled blue, green, black, gently rocking you cradle, brave, the deep and sweet, implacable sea. Warning relationships and monsters. Oh no, not the relationships! It's abusive relationships, gosh. The cure for anything is salt, be it tears, sweat, or sea. My favorite monologue, Dylan. That day I chose the sea. I had cried myself hoarse already, and sweated through a month's worth of prep for the coming rainy season in only a few days. All that was left was the sea, the one thing that had always brought me peace. I liked to float just under the surface, eyes closed, breath heavy, and as I held it, body turning over and over as I rolled into a ball. The thing about the ocean, when you're down there, is the way space suddenly expands endlessly around you. On the ground, with my feet firmly planted, I am always rooted. There is always something solid beneath me. I can't go down. I cannot become one with the earth unless I do something like dig, or make a staircase. And to go up? I have to jump, take a running at it, and always will be pulled back down. The ocean isn't like that. As long as you hold your breath when you're down there, deep where all the blue looks the same, there's no up or down. You forget. You turn slowly, and the sting of salt in your eyes, the pressure of the water, the muffled sounds ringing in your ears. That is why the sea is the best of all the salt cures. My lungs were burning, and it was a welcome change from the burning of my anger, which had finally broken the last time I surfaced, when I opened my eyes, lost in the shadow. A shadow. and a roar, a long and low and deep. Some primordial creature. Oh, wait! If you move your cursor a little, the entire screen shakes with it. You see that? That's so cool! But there was something just blue, just calm, just burning the need for air. When I broke the surface again, chest heaving, anger and despair forgotten, air crisp and cold as I breathed it in, I thought I saw it again, shimmying lazy around me and circling, lithe and slow and careful like a predator. It seemed to fade as it circled, as oxygen reached my brain. Yes, a hallucination. I keep trying to say hallucinogen. I imagined. The roar had been my own brain, synapses screaming as it choked. And yet I didn't hesitate to roll back and sink down, 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 down again into a ball, turning and turning until there was no up or down, no pain, no anger. Again, I opened my eyes when my lungs started to burn, but this time I saw her. Dylan. And I knew I was dreaming. Seconds smearing into minutes as my oxygen-deprived brain hallucinated my girlfriend. It was beautiful, like something out of one of our best days together. Dylan, skin warm and sun-kissed, cargo shorts flaring up in the water, shirt sticking to her stomach, showing off all the muscles she had worked so hard for. She waves, a laugh bubbling up out of her mouth. They float to her feet. The bubbles catch my eye, gaze following them down but up. So is it down or up? We're upside down in the dream. Dylan and I realized. She smiles, pushes back the long part of her hair, trying to cover her eyes with the water. And then just barely waves. Just like she's only just noticed me and is too shy for anything greater than this. I wave back, the sharp-toothed bracelet I wear on my wrist tangling pleasingly around itself, the white of them gleaming, pearls in the dark ocean. And then the roar again, the shadow once more. It looms, coalescing into a desolation of teeth and tentacles. And Dylan is still smiling at me, with that curve of her mouth she only makes when it's really real. It cracks, jagged, like static, and then there is blood pouring out of her mouth, and she screams. Alien tendrils latch onto Dylan, ripping her mirage into red shreds of flesh, swallowing greedy chunks, and I'm gulping water, lungs so heavy they want to explode. I kick up, down, up, try to orient. It's a hallucination, it's not real, it's not real. The teeth tightening around my wrist suggest otherwise. I gasp, body somehow finding some air left within it, and kick my sluggish legs. If I just follow the bubbles, the teeth of the bracelet shining too white, like burned out coral, bite into my wrist and drag me down, yank me bodily to the terror of my imagination. Obscured by the gore and viscera of my girlfriend floating serenely in front of it, I scream and cry, the nightmare groans, and my lungs burn, the edges of my vision going black, legs too leaden to swim, to fight back. A heave of breath, warm and clear. I wake on the shore with nothing but a red imprint on my wrist, where my bracelet was too tight. It was June when Dylan left, and the house still rattles with her presence when the window blows through. She's been gone for a week now, gone to the city, with a promise of return. I'm not sure what the rhythm of my life should be without Dylan in it. How fast am I to live when I don't have the metronome of her energy with me as a guide? It was a simple life, small and homey, but it was ours. Before her, I slept and rose with the sun, and lived according to the tides. But that was never for Dylan. She was always more fond of being in the middle, disrupting those rhythms for a beat of her own. Wake up, eat together, talk about our feelings, and work the land that I live on. The sea provides for all our needs, and I make sure we'll have enough to last for a long time. I made sure we would be safe, and she made sure I was sound, always talking me down from whatever thoughts and anxieties threatened to take me over. And now she's gone and fucked it all up. Maybe journaling will help? Dylan always encouraged me to do it, even brought me the most beautiful spiral-bound notebooks to use. I haven't written my most recent one in maybe 3 to 4 months. January 14th, Dylan and I watched the meteor shower together tonight. She gave me the most romantic speech, and then she chuckled and admitted it was another one of her monologues from one of the plays she's been in. I swear my girlfriend has monologues on the brain more often than not, that's all she ever talks in. Except when things get serious, that's why I love her. She's not the most articulate, she's admitted, when it's just her original thoughts, but I don't care about that. How does she still not realize how soothing she is? Her voice, her clear, direct way of speaking? She cuts past the bullshit when it's her own thoughts. I don't need flowery declarations of love from dead playwrights. I just want to know what she thinks. February 1st. Dylan talked me down from a panic again. A few of my canned fruit jars in the cellar were broken this morning. There must have been a small quake while we were sleeping, and I almost bit her head off when she tried to make a joke. This is serious stuff. We can't risk running short on food, not when it's still the rainy season. Sometimes I forget how much Dylan makes me feel balanced when I need it most. I'm almost finished with the surprise I've been working on for Dylan for months now. I've been gathering together all of her favorite monologues that she writes down into a book and binding it together. I'll give it to her next month on her birthday. And then we'll have the summer together, long, slow, lovely days, canning and fishing and readying for another rainy season. I haven't felt this content in a long time. I don't think I'll need this journal anymore for quite a while. I've got Dylan after all, and she so rarely leaves. It's why I'm pissed at her. Oh, that's it, isn't it? I'm fucking pissed. Before I know it, my pen is scratching across this page, all of my anger and pain pouring out in smatterings of deep black ink. June 3rd. Dylan, you absolute ass. You know I can't leave the sea behind. You know this, and you just left. Who does that? We're supposed to be a couple, a team. Why don't you stay? Why didn't you figure out how? You're supposed to be my one and only, mine. I love you, and now I don't know how to live without you here. I just can't go with you either. I can't live without it. Without the spray of water, the waves rolling in and out, the chorus of salt. And of course, the salt. I never want to live anywhere else. I can't. Do you know what the city is like? Dirty, congested, and filled with dangerous people at every corner. People who leave me get hurt, especially in the city. And I'm scared, Dylan. I'm so scared for you. I've been scared since I let you go, but I thought if I pretended I wasn't, you would make sure to come back. I can feel something dangerous. You're not here to soothe anxiety away. I wish you were back, in my arms, where it's safe. I will always keep you, Dylan. Always make sure you're safe. When it's finished, I sit there numbly, all of it out on the page, and my hand is wet. I realized there's a blot of ink mixing with some of the tears I didn't realize had been leaking out of my face. It drags a chuckle from me, another salt cure. And then I really do feel better. The negativity trapped on the page, yes, it's hard right now, but Dylan will be back, she promised. Oh, the highlight in her hair shifts when she moves. Ah, the Live 2D for this one is pretty nice. Or animation. I don't know if it's Live 2D. I should find something to work on while she's gone. Maybe some more bookbinding. She really liked her gifts when I gave it to her. It would be nice to have something to show her. There's only one person that would knock on the door. The neighbors are few and far in between, and most dangers, well, the kind of danger that is all too human, are as well. When I get to the door, the postal carrier is already gone, having placed the mail in the little basket on the table that I wove last year. Letters are scarce, little ink and paper treasures to be hoarded. This one especially I want to hoard, because in her messy scrawl is Dylan's name, scratched deep into the paper. She always presses too hard on the page. My heart falls into my gut and lurches there. I'm still mad at her. I'm fucking pissed she left. But the letter is in my hands, ripped open before I can stop myself, and then my heart lurches again, except in a wonderful, sweet way, like eating a spoonful of sugar. She used the stationery I got her. Hey babe. I hope you're doing okay. I know I didn't leave you on the best of terms. If I'm honest, I wasn't quite sure how to reach out again. But I'm using your favorite stationery, right? That's got to count for something. I hope it does at least. I know I should have been using the stationery for ages now already, but I didn't have anyone else that was worth it. It's been waiting for the right person. You're worth it. Things are going well for me here. I got settled in the temporary housing I'll be staying in. I only signed for 6 months, so you know for sure I'm coming back to you. Once I get established as an actor, I can choose my assignments more easily and live wherever I want. You know I'm not the best with words, but I'll make the next letter longer for you, I promise. I'll send them as often as you need to feel close to me, my star. I want you to know that things are going well and looking up for me. I have this energy inside of me like it's going to burst out of my stomach. I want to build a life I can be proud of and come back to you a proper actor. Once I get my foot in the door, we could have a better life too. I know you love being able to live off of everything the sea provides, but imagine what we could do with a little extra money. We'd never have to worry if you lose a few cans of food. This is my chance to live my dream. Because if you want it hard enough, all your wishes will come true. Why are you bonking me? Why are people showing up just to bonk me? It's shiny and new. I love you, Dylan. Aye, don't bonk me. If you want it hard enough, all your wishes will come true. I know Dylan said it to comfort me. I know she believes in platitudes like that. But it punches into me, sending an inky spiral of pain through my emotions once again, because I want her. Yeah, she moves a lot. And it looks so good. I really love the art style. Shame I can't take this. Oh, and the entire screen moves a little when I move my cursor too. Don't know if you can see it though, but with her moving and everything. I want Dylan so fiercely that it leaves a mark on my body, that I wake up in the mornings and my shoulders heavy and sore from holding myself together. I didn't know until this moment the acuteness of the pain of her leaving, the way my body would keep score of it. I whisper my wish out of me in a single breath, wishing she was with me forever, and it deflates my body, pulling all my energy with me. There's a lick of cold water nibbling at my toes, and the contrast is biting in the warm, wet heat of the summer. The tide is coming in. As ever, I'm drawn to the sea. I hadn't noticed that I walked all the way to the beach after letter creasing in my hands as I read it over and over, the page becoming salt water damp, drooping in the humidity. I notice now, looking up around me half wild, the cold rolls over my feet now. It's up to my ankles by the time I finally figure out how to move again. Brain's still slow for Dylan, my prince of the sea. When I look up, the ocean is gray, flat, and disappearing into the horizon. I squint my eyes until it hurts, but still can see no one. I go to walk away, back to my room, my too quiet room, to sit with the letter and try not to scream, but the red stops me. It's tangled around my ankles, crawling up them. Red seaweed carried by the tide, spread. Hello? Hello? Am I back? Am I back? Oh my god, I'm back. Thank fuck. I don't know why OBS disconnected, but I'm glad I'm back. Also, mouse move parallax effect takes an image and moves different layers in different speed to the image to make the 2D image to give the 2D image a 3D effect. I see. Parallax effect, very cool. Man, OBS disconnecting like that makes me feel a little bummed out. I've been having a lot of crashes today because this game has crashed on me 3 times while I'm waiting to stream. They're coming from the beach, all crisscrossing together, but in a ragged line. From one strange source, distant at the shore, shimmering in the heat, and just too far to see. The veins clump and tangle and slime up my leg. Shivering, I squelched through them, following them to their source. When I step on the seaweed, it oozes with a pus and ichor. Some red mucus that I recoil at the feel of. I don't want to think about. The miasma of flies hang around the source, and as I get closer, I finally realize what it is. Dylan. I can't breathe. The sand is soft, soaked with her blood when I get there. Her eyes are lifeless and clouded over, mouth open for a kiss, body bloated with heat. Her body is wrenched open, a gaping bloody maw from the waist down, gore and viscera spilling hot and dark into the sand, her guts twisting into the tangle of the seaweed. No, it is the seaweed. Bile rises in my throat. A rope of her inside seems to pulse, dragged out of her by the current, the ebb and flow of the tide, unraveling her in a slow and careful destruction. I gasp awake from the dream, the letter crumpled in my sweaty hands. It is night now, and Dylan is still in the city. Hi, are things good? I hope things are good. You haven't responded to my letter that I sent, so I hope you're just busy, babe. I mean, it has only been a couple of days since I sent that first one. I'm still sorry that we left on such bad terms, but I want us to be good again. Give me some time, maybe a month or so, and I'll come visit you. I'll hold you in my arms and I won't let go for anything the whole time I'm back. I'm just gonna assume we're okay now, okay? I'll tell you a little more about the city. It's so different here. So much louder and wilder. There's always someone awake. I miss our quiet nights under the stars. And it's bright here too. I was so excited practicing for my next set of auditions that I stayed up really late. There's a short moment where the whole city does actually quiet the fuck down, you know? And then it gets darker and I can barely see the North Star. You know, I don't like to stay up late when I'm not there, but I still imagine that we were looking at the same star for a time. Maybe we can do it together when I come visit you. I'm attempting something that may not be wise. I'm trying out for a Shakespearean production. I don't know if I'm quite sophisticated enough for something like that, with all the do's and arts and the rhythm of it all. You know, I've never shied away from trying new things, especially knowing you were steady right behind me, so I want to make you proud and try this. Maybe I'll be more romantic afterwards, yeah? You won't be able to keep your eyes off me. Nobody here appreciates the gun show the way you do. Please tell me you imagined me flexing right here, okay? All my love, Dylan. Chuckles, I can't believe that girl made me laugh. That girl. I suppose I'll have to give her some grace after all, and it won't be long until I can be held by her again, warm and safe in her arms. And the nightmares will vanish at her breath, at the proof of her being alive. Yes, I can't wait until then, I decide. I'll wait and I'll live. For 2 weeks I do. The nightmares and visions do not plague me because there is something else to bother me instead. A soft and simple wrongness. I had not realized how much our lives were intertwined until now, in all the little things. Holding out a jar of canned coconut to realize Dylan isn't here to open it for me. And needing the stool to get my hat from the shelf that only Dylan can reach, or making too much food for dinner and having the same leftovers 4 days in a row. I'm drawn back, as ever, to the sea, to soothe the little ache that settles in my throat without Dylan. We always collected little gifts from the sea together, walking barefoot and laughing, grabbing at each other's hands. Dylan teasing and pretending to pull away before swooping back in to kiss my wrist. I bend down to scoop up the first shell I see, and it is familiar and good. There are dried sea stars and sea dollars and coral littered across the beach. At least I can do it. At least I can do this and it will always be the same. The same repetitive bending and scooping, looking and checking for a good size, concentrating fully on my treasures. It is when I find a peculiar spiral shell that I get the idea, something to distract me fully. I'll make Dylan a gift of beautiful things from the bounty of the ocean. It will remind her of me, make sure she never forgets me. I didn't notice the little creature making its way up my body at first, too busy mooning over the once living bounty of the sea and dreaming of all the possibilities they hint at. There are so many different gifts I could make Dylan, and the multitudes unfurling in my mind's eye soothed away the remaining angst at her leaving. I let myself daydream about what I'll make when I get home. I would love to sit on the beach and create as I collect, but I do not have my usual knife with me. The ocean is beautiful and healing, but she doesn't care. She will not spare those who do not respect her and the creatures brave enough to exist under the gentle bosom of her relentless fury. A knife is usually of necessity. Not even the lack of one interrupts my careful planning. Until I feel a creature crawling on my arm and a little pinch. Ah! I look down and there's a starfish flush against my arm, right at the orbit of my inner elbow. I stare down at the curious little thing. Starfish do not have teeth. And yet, ugh! Pain blooms through my arm, shooting up. It's cold and then hot, as the starfish bites, burrowing deep inside of me. I dig at it and try to peel it off with my nails, but they don't even scratch, just leave bloody scrapes on the soft, raw skin of my arm. The starfish is in me, under my skin, turning it crusty and hard. The fingers of my hand burn as the crust spreads up and down. The edges of this sickness, this horror, are licking flames spread up my arm. The muscles tense and I can feel them, bubbling and sloughing off my bone, rolling under my skin, as the pain burns the nerves and synapses white hot. It hurts worse than anything I've ever experienced before in my life. Mercifully, after a full minute of that bright and searing pain, my entire arm goes numb. The adrenaline and shock of it all has held the panic at bay, but I can feel it right behind the wall of instinct, behind the protective filter my brain has put up. A little bit of the panic slips past, primal instincts skip lagging and stumping ahead. My arm is numb, but my brain hasn't fully caught up. It's still registering the pain fully, my body rushing to resolve a million-years-old call from my animal brain to make the pain stop. And I am in the water as always. The sea is my guide, my protector, the cause of this strangeness and pain, the healer of it too. I rush in deep, up to my waist, and the shock of the cold doesn't even register, but the pain now burning towards the muscles on my shoulder. I scrubbed, digging the salt and clawing and tearing at the rot of my arm, my flesh bleeding and bursting open, pain flaying through my mind until there's nothing but the beat of it. Scrub, pain, scrub, pain. My skin pops and peels and I... Am I back? Am I back? OBS keeps disconnecting! What is this? What is up with today? Hopefully I'm back. Okay, great, I am back. Where was I? The starfish is gone, and so is the crust and rot. The only evidence that it ever existed is the long tracks of blood oozing across the meat of my arm where I clawed at the skin. Was it a dream? Some sort of waking nightmare? Or have I truly lost my way? Am I this unstable without my love? I sink to my knees in the sand, sobbing. Dylan, I don't know what's wrong with me, and I'm scared. I need you back. We need each other. I have to make sure you come back. Alright, you can say I told you so when I finally come to visit. You're right about the air here in the city. It wasn't so bad at first, but now that it's been a month, I keep waking up with my lungs slightly burning and having to cough every morning. I've been doing extra voice work now that my auditions are coming in more steadily. My lungs haven't hurt like this since the days after you saved me. I've been thinking about that event a lot. Do you remember it, babe? I do remember it. The memory is vivid and shining moment within my mind. A rain-soaked line that divides my life into before Dylan and after Dylan. It was a singular, strange event. An afternoon storm, the likes of which has not been seen before or since for many, many years. The sky had gone a strange green-gray, and the pressure of the air seemed to increase. The sky itself holding its breath until there was only rain and lightning, waves crashing and frothing, and screaming. Do you remember how you saved me? You dived in right into the waves without the thought for your own safety. You rescued me. The terrible storm swallowed everything but us. You were so strong, stronger than even me that day. You would have drowned, but I would have drowned without you there. I could have saved anyone on that boat. Dylan wasn't the only one there, of course. Before that storm, boats of people coming to ruin my island paradise were not uncommon. It used to be that rumors of witches in the area kept it away. Nobody believes anymore, though. I almost wish they did. And after that storm, well, they learned their lesson once again. I'm lucky you were close to the beach, and able to reach me. It seems almost like fate or magic. If you had been at home, I would have drowned. I was at the beach that day, adding to my collections. I had just added another sharp tooth to my bracelet and hoped I might find some unique coral and beautiful spiral shells to look at. The storm came on suddenly, rain pelting down, but it did not bother me. Neither did the screaming surprise me. But then there was a glint, a yell, and I saw the most beautiful prince drowning. My prince, Dylan. Lightning gleaming off the chain choker she wore around her neck. Struggling to swim. And I knew I had to save her. I was drawn to save her. I felt the pull and I knew I wanted her alive forever and ever in my arms. I was only on that boat to get closer to the city, but then I stayed because of you and you nursed me back to health. You worried so much about me that I wasn't healthy enough to soothe those fears. I know you were worried and you tried to hide it, but it's obvious in your letters that you still are worried about the city. I get it, but I know I can do this. I'm so much stronger than I was after that boat ride. I can stand on my own 2 feet here. Look, I know I said I'd come visit you, but why not come and see me? It's not far to the city and I could show you that it really is safe and good here. I love you. You're Dylan. Well, maybe I will, Dylan. I want her alive and in my arms again. I can feel it. the worry that something is coming, and even though the thought of leaving the sea behind makes my stomach clench, I will do it for her. I'll go and bring her back, the way I rescued her that day during the storm. My wandering prince will return to me, and never stray again. I'm confident when I set out. The city isn't far, a full day's walk, and I know I can make it there if I rest and bring plenty of food. I've spent entire days combing the beach before, or standing perfectly still in the tide for hours, waiting for the right moment to strike and grab a fish for dinner. I know patience and endurance. It isn't long before the confidence wavers. When I reach the zenith of the horizon, and look back when my beach is only a little square of white, about the size of my thumb when I hold my hand to my face, the fatigue starts. It's not a normal tiredness like from sleeping too little. It's a clinging, sinking exhaustion, my limbs heavy. It feels almost as if that day in the water when I thought I might drown, though I never worried about the water before in my life. My arms and legs feel tight as though each step brings out the muscles of their water, squeezing and squeezing until they're shriveled things that can barely support me. I push forward anyways, lethargic and slow. I push until my body gives out, and I have to collapse, pathetic and shriveled on the side of the road. Ugh. There's road dust against my tongue, grit in my eyes, and a throb throughout my whole body when I try to get up. I don't know how long I lay there before the wind picks up, curling through my hair and kissing my sweat-damp forehead. I can smell the salt on it, mingling with the salt of my body, buoying me up and far away. Boing? Boing? Buoying? I don't know how to say that word, but whatever. It's gone. It's done. It carries me back to the beach in a haze, and though I struggle to fight it, I have to get to Dylan. I'm too weak to do anything but let it take me. The brain fog doesn't clear until my feet are touching the sand of my beach. This has never happened when I was with Dylan. We'd roamed further than that together before, hand in hand, to see the migration of the sea turtles. It had felt easy then, like Dylan somehow carried the sea with her. Like it was okay if I left because she would hold a little piece of it for me. I can't leave my beach. Oh my god, her eyes lost its shine and color. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm pacing, walking the line of the sand, moving and weaving because I have to. I go back to the easy familiarity of creation and of making a gift for Dylan. As long as my hands and legs are busy, I don't have to think about the way that I can't leave the beach, the strange new symptom piling on to me. The hallucinations, my nightmares, my skin, and now this? Dylan soothes my hypochondria, but Dylan isn't here. I weave as a net, the slender strings cleaned but still rough. I make the weave tight, wrap the string around my hands until it cuts the pain, grounding. The scabs from that day on the beach, when I open my own arm and hands, ooze, blood coating the threads of the netting. Stop hurting yourself, girl! Ah! Bend, appraise. Add another shell to the choker, taking shape. A thing rough and dark and edgy, like my Dylan. I will make my wish come true with my own two hands, convince Dylan to stay with something made from my heart's most fervent desire. I do this again and again, the bloody twine glowing with the afternoon sun, until the choker is done, until it's black with my blood, decorated with pretty shells. Who would want a blood-coated choker? Girl! It is perfect. Dear Marella. Guess where I'm writing this from? I'll wait. Have you guessed? Okay. The answer is backstage at the premiere theater in the city. I got a call back from one of the main roles. Not the lead, but still a pretty big part. She moves around a lot. Yeah, a little. And she has no mouth. I know it's like to look... I know they made it to look like she's like pushing her face up. Like, you know, pushing at her cheeks, so just burying her face into her hands, but it's kind of weird she has no mouth. This is huge, and it's all thanks to you and the choker you made me. It's my good luck charm. I've been wearing it every day since you sent it to me. Though my neck hurts so much these days, I need you to send me some of the salt you used to make for our bats. Whenever I overwork my back shopping firewood. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the choker. Everyone has admired how shiny the threads are and how well woven it is. They say I'm lucky to own such an item. Whenever I miss you, I just rub the shells on the choker and I don't feel lonely anymore. Can I tell you a secret though? I'm worried about you today. Not about my acting ability, I know that's fine. No, it's this damn neck pain and the rest of the pain too. My skin itches and my cough won't go away. And I can't seem to sleep because of the constant nightmares. I wake up feeling like I'm choking, like there's something deep in my neck trying to burst open. I don't want the director to know this. I know it will pass, and if I get this role, I'll be able to come back sooner like I promised. Anyway, that's good enough. That's enough about me. I've been reading your letters again, and I have it balanced on my other knee. I'm worried about you, my star. Your anxiety sounds like it's getting worse now that I'm gone. Hallucinations? Nightmares? Are you sleeping properly these days? I love the constant letters and gifts you made me, but if you need time to yourself, I understand. And, well, if things get really bad, I'll come back. I love you more than I can say, Sea Star. I hope you know that, and I really want you to be healthy and happy. Thank you for being so supportive, for letting me do this, even though it scared you. I know how hard this was on you. You've kept your worry wrapped up so tightly for weeks now, just so that I would be able to stay and pursue my dream. I will never forget that. I hope you get to reach your dreams too. Your prince, Dylan. Oh, Dylan. I find myself unable to stop crying after the letter, the ink smudging where my tears fall on the paper. It's been 2 weeks since the letter arrived at my door, and I haven't heard anything from Dylan since. I want to hope that it is simply Dylan is busy and that she got the part and is so immersed in her role that she hasn't even had the time to send me a letter. But deep down, I know it's a false hope. I've been so alone and so scared, and now Dylan is sick too. And there's nothing I can do to help her. Unless I am here. Useless as I am here. The crash of the waves on the shore is muted, but steady, here in my house, and I listen for a moment. The sea is my guide, my home, the provider of food and sustenance. I need to breathe, the roar and salt and creeping coolness. I am nothing without my home. But Dylan is my heart, and I am but a base and emotionless husk without her. She is sick, and getting sicker, it sounds like. How am I supposed to choose? Why must I choose? I swallow back the bile rising in my throat. The bad feeling, the fear is back, more visceral and wild than previously. Dylan is in danger, and it's a danger that I can feel coming but cannot protect her from unless I go and excise it myself. But if I leave here, I will not come back the same. Oh my god, choices! Go to the city and save Dylan? Or stay by the sea? Go to the city! You can do it! I told her the city was dangerous. I told her the only place she should be is in my arms. I'm the only one who can take care of her properly. It is this knowledge that galvanizes? That's a word? Galvanize? It is this knowledge that galvanizes me forward and out of the house. I will save Dylan. From the city. From her sickness. From herself. Her own bullheaded stubbornness that led to her deciding to leave me behind. I wasn't able to make it to town last time I tried it, but I simply must not have wanted it hard enough. I'll walk to the city, I'll crawl if I have to, nothing will hold me back. This time, I prepare more thoroughly for the trip. Dried rations, a few jars of food, whatever I can carry that will give me energy against the strange fatigue I faced the last time. Lots of cool, fresh water, my best shoes. I kissed the wind goodbye when I set out. The pack a comforting weight on my back. The teeth on my bracelet rest against the skin of my wrist, a familiar pressure that eases anxiety about whether this will work or not. In my pocket is Dylan's latest letter, and that first memory, the monologue she liked so much, ripped, paper edges rough. I run my fingers along them as I walk. The salt of my sea saturates my daily life, and Dylan's letters are no different, pleasingly chafing against all the calluses of my fingers, still damp with the ocean humidity. I'm ready for the fatigue this time, for my energy to be wrung out of me, like a clot being violently stripped of its water. I eat and drink slowly, chewing in time with each step, swallowing heavily. The worst of it hits at the same place as last time, but I powered through, huffing and gritting my teeth. I focus on the single, unchanging line of horizon in front of me, the tiny speck that is the outskirts of the city. It grows bigger by millimeters. Suddenly, after 15 minutes of struggling like this, the fatigue dulls, a vice grip of my muscles fades, and the walking becomes a little easier. I settle into a moderate, tolerable pace, which is why I miss what happens next, my symptoms blooming as slowly as the city on the horizon. It starts as an itch in my fingers, and I dismiss it as them being sticky or bothered by the chafing, the subtle burn of salt against raw skin. I dismiss the itch when it rises up my arm, scratching absently at my elbow. Surely it's just a normal, everyday sort of itch, bothersome but not concerning. I even dismiss the itch when it spreads to my shoulders, blaming the straps of my pack against my too fragile skin. I'm not as tough a thing as my handsome Dylan is, able to lift and carry so easily. I can dismiss it no longer when it gets to my neck, the itch not in my skin but deeper, not in my throat either, but somehow in between. Somewhere, burrowed into the muscles that allow me to breathe and talk and sing, the muscles that let me throw my head back and laugh or lean forward to kiss Dylan. They itch and burn and feel puffy with a single errant touch. They might burst open, spilling out of my body and let my head collapse into my chest. A cough racks through me and I stop, shoulders scrunching to try and cushion the deep tremors that roll through my body. In all the years I've lived near the sea, I've watched countless creatures die, both in the necessary cycle of birth and natural violence and death that exists in the animal kingdom, and the degradation of dying from man-made pollution. When the sea is too hot, some of them boil alive, nowhere else to go. But some try and escape their death on the shore, not realizing that is its own worst death. They shrivel and change, dry out in the heat until there is only a bleached ghost of their once beautiful form. I collapse, and I know I have become one of them. A denizen of the sea, dying of her own hope. Hope that seeking out my shore, my Dylan, would save me from whatever sickness was boiling through my brain. My muscles shrivel, my skin dries and crackles, paper thin. I cough and cough and cough. What is happening to me? Why me? I cannot save Dylan, I realize. I cannot save myself. Ugh. My arms shake as I try and lift myself off the cold ground, dragging my useless, shriveled body forward. The pain buckles me. A scream rips my throat apart as the gravel beneath me digs into my fragile skin. 100 tiny stones, leaving bloody tracks across my body. I am but a broken, bleeding thing. I want to spit, to scream, to shake Dylan for leaving, for going to the city I was right about, the city that made her sick. The leaving that made me sick, the reason I am here on the ground, waiting for my blood to cool as I suffer. I watch my blood make little ropey divots in the ground, flowing away from me, and I recall the hallucination of the seaweed of Dylan mutilated. It seems I was the one that was fated to die in strings of hot red blood. What is this? What is this supposed to be? My throat wants to burst open again, but I swallowed dryly, just enough to bite out a curse towards the city, a growl that I was right all along. I think about Dylan and make one last wish, unable to let go of the hope that maybe this time it will come true. As I lay dying, cracked lips sucking on gravel, breath rattling my lungs, eyes crusted shut, the shadow that has chased me since Dylan left descends. Bad end. So good ending is to stay by the sea. I see. Should we try that again? I don't think they have a skip option though. And I didn't save. Let me see if I can skip. Oh, there's no skip. They don't have a skip. They don't have a skip, so I have to like click through all of it? Oh no. Oh boy. Well, we got a bad end. We got a really bad end where we die. Because we wanted to go to the city to save Dylan, and apparently that was not the right answer. I guess if you want to see the good end, it's better you go play it for yourself. I don't want to spoil it. I still want people to play the games despite like having watched me played it already. So I guess I'll stop here for this game. Especially since I can't skip forward to get to the good ending. So yeah. I'll stop that here, and then we'll pull up our other game. Where is it? It's called I Love My Follower Count. I Love My Follower Count. Found it. I wonder what that game was made in, though. The only escape is a sweet release of that. No! Wait, why is the game not loading? Hello? Oh, there it is. There he is. There it is. Okay, I mean... Let me go grab the content warning. Also, holy, this is so loud. That's much better. Where's the content warning for this game? Whoops, you didn't hear that. Okay, Content warning a little big for this one. A lot of content warning for this one. Little long. So it's gonna cover up me a little bit, but shouldn't. I'm still visible, right? Shouldn't be too bad. Game still feels a little loud. Where'd you go? What do you mean, where'd I go? I'm right here! I'm right here! Okay. I love my follower count. Let's play. Prologue. I cannot read that. What? Someone is calling you. Or so you think. You are floating in the air somewhere? The air tastes sour. The air tastes bitter. The air tastes watery. You're in the human realm. Yog-Sothoth! I can't believe I made it! Are you... Is that really you? Oh, all-encompassing? You're not Yog-Sothoth. Honestly, you muster what little perception you still have from before the slumber and express your negative answer. Aw, man! The little creature before you is saddened. While you're observing, you notice something significant, the thin strand of power connecting you to it. It can only mean that it is a human, and if the human summoned you, that also means you're of its shit, his god. Ouch, that hurts. The human realm would have been a pretty fragile place, defenseless in the face of the great old ones, if not for the particular tidbit it developed. The divine order, the blueprint of this reality. Even your kin is mostly unable to deal with it. All the eldritch madness of the abyss packed into a concept, not bad for bipedal creatures. As for the extra limbs, horns, and the other body parts sticking out of the concept, you decide to keep them for yourself for now. It's only fitting for the god to address his follower. Humans shall know you as Untitled Chapter, for your true name is out of their reach. Say what? Oh, come on, it's not that hard. Fine, they call you Asoit? Oh, why does it sound so weird for speakers of English? It is? Still don't understand how one led to the other, but nice to meet you. Obviously, it has the same letters. And who are you, summoner? Right, I'm Theodore Octave. And is you. Sorry for being rude. Hypocrisy of humankind, how you've missed it. You do realize your name has more letters than mine, don't you? I'm sorry for being French, oh great old one. You scoff. It feels like a mockery, like it's touching your fur against the coat. I'm not. Pardon? You're in for a long run. I am your god now, but I'm not of the great old ones. I'm just an eldritch god of the abyss. Your summoning ritual, what do you know about it? You step out of the circle, it squeaks, acid lines wither away under your paw. Of course, my lord, it's a ritual to summon the source of divine knowledge. Why didn't he summon that annoying Arcane, the goddess of knowledge and magic then? You open the gates of what lies beyond to see the reality as it is below the veneer of masquerade. Ah, that's why. And with this ritual you hoped for a Yog-Sothoth? Yes? Tough luck. With all due respect, my lord, are you planning to elaborate? What do you think, to see the reality as it is below the veneer of the masquerade means? Flavor text to make the ritual sound cooler? That actually explains things even more. Alright, the other octave as you. The first part, the divine knowledge, would have allowed you to call for a blessing of the goddess of knowledge and ask for one of her feathers. The second part, however, would have allowed you, probably, to humbly knock on the door of the gate and the key Yaxo taught. You following? So far. However, combining them made summoning either of them impossible. That bird lady is a proper deity, tie-clad to the divine order of your realm, so she can't comprehend what lies outside. And the Yaxotot is ancient enough not to be reduced to a god. So instead, you got me. I'm your god now. Congratulations. Any questions? The divine order made you way too mellow, you think. What the human realm cannot comprehend, it cuts out. And in the blueprint of humanity, sure, gods are powerful, but not reality-breaking. Gods are supposed to desire to be worshipped, to desire to exist. Oh, I don't even want to exist! Wow, mood, me too! Where were we? Do you have any questions, human? No? Oh wait, I do! Are you doing okay? Do you need some help, maybe? Do gods have a suicide hotline? A what line? I'm saying it's not alright to want to die. Can you even die, though? I can't. That's exactly the problem. I'm not supposed to desire to exist since I can't die. The antonym for one is not zero, because the existence of one already implies a zero. Does that mean you're the god of life? What? No, what? Hey, I was making an educated guess. I didn't mean, like, human life or whatever. Don't eldritch beings also have their own life? Ness? Like, do you possess knowledge, but you're not a patron of knowledge, and you can't die, so... Isn't life itself the vessel of all knowledge? You're a funny one, aren't you? No, I am the god of the undead and the void. And if you stare into the abyss for too long, you'll break your eyesight. What was that? Nothing. Uh-huh. So, can I get my divine favor now? Well, since I'm your god and you're my summoner, now first follower, and you are my follower, no? Sure, I mean, you look cool and stuff. Will I get paid? You are to establish a cult in my honor. As for payment, it would depend on your performance. Okay, boss. 2 questions. Question 1. What will you do in the meantime? Not your business. It is, though. There are so many different gods and churches. Like, most of them offer cool things to believers, I guess. Eternal salvation, fame and glory, or at least something like exclusive merchandise. Can we compete with that? Oh hey, join our cult. We're offering then easy nothing? What did you say? Nothing. Despite the baffling lack of background knowledge related to the matter of summoning eldritch god, your follower has an interesting sensitivity to the arcane. Maybe your sudden existence in this realm won't be much of an annoyance. Not like it's going to last, anyway. You summoned me for 42 weeks, and that's how you counted, yes? Is this number of any significance? Well, whatever. Frankly, your devotion is quite thin. You weren't even aware of me in the first place, so I need other believers to sustain my presence. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Happy Chrysler! Otherwise, I'll get hungry and you will not enjoy it. As a god, however, I can perform miracles within my domain. Bring me followers and offerings, and I shall grant their wishes. Are we looking for specific wishes to be granted? I have no idea what people in this day and age desire. And what offerings do you want? Try me. Innocent newborns? That's, like, kinda illegal these days. No children. Children are the worst, really, with their innocent curiosity and everything. No blood, no children, no fair maidens, thank you very much. What about you? What? Do you wish to eat babies? What? No! See, I also have good taste. Fair. So, second questions. Can I keep my daytime job? No. How do you intend to live then, almighty lord of the void? What do you mean? And it's the undead and the void, if you please. I mean, how do you have a place to reside in? The eternal plane? A sacred mountain in your name? A hidden temple underwater? A city apartment next door? Here. That's it. You don't have a mountain, a temple, or a house. And mine is rented. No money, no house. No pay from you, no money. Money, huh? The word fills you with a sense of recognition. It was something born within yourself, a part of a whole. It eluded at some point, filled with too much matter to stay in your reach. You try to call it for it, but only find a shadow, no light. For now, the money matters shall fall into your hands. I will resolve it later. Okay, in that case, I'll be at your service on the weekends, I suppose. I probably need to go now, though. It's kinda late. Wait. Yes, my lord? Give me the source of knowledge on the current state of the world. Your follower brightens up and produces an electrical thing from somewhere behind him. Sure, I can lend you my laptop for a bit. Here you go, just press here. The screen lights up. There's something excruciatingly enticing about this small artifact. The sense of familiarity. The void. So I see that you intuitively know how to use computers. I'll leave you be for now. Oh, do you need to eat anything? No. Who do you think I am, a pet? I was just making sure, alright. Okay, I'll leave you to your devices now. Weekday routine. You're playing as Asoit, an eldritch horror-turned-god, patron of the undead and the void, as he establishes his cult amongst humans after being summoned to the human realm for the first time in years. During the weekdays, you can research different skills. Some skills are only unlocked after a certain plot point. You can select 2 fields of research during these days. You'll get 5 points for every skill selected for the week. During weekends, you'll be able to select actions. Some actions are temporary. Some actions will influence resources or skills. Some decisions you make will require you to spend resources. And some stats are hidden and will remain so. You might feel their influence throughout the story. Try different things and reach different outcomes. Oh boy! Stats! That's not good! Yesterday I played a game with stats and I failed miserably. Anyone wanna help me today? Let's learn about humanities. Humanities and STEM is important. You learn that the thing in your paws is called the computer, and you can go online, especially basically a connection to a hive mind, but nicer. Since it's apparently so important, you start with the concept of money. Gold coins are boring but understandable. Weekend activities. Talk to Theodore. Liberal arts! Liberal arts! Look at this Libby. Oh my god. We all know I studied psychology in university. Of course I'm a Libby. And I'm gonna act like one. I'm not afraid to act like a Libby. If I may inquire, my lord. What is it? What exactly are your powers? You wish you knew yourself. The divine order did adjust them in some way, and you need to discover how. Things beyond the human mind can comprehend. Aw, oh, come on! Hey, you wanted to try Yoxotot. He would just drive you insane with his knowledge. I'm being considerate here. Are you a cat? So, enjoying the internet so far?
Anything you need from me?
Maybe a drink.
Didn't you say you didn't need food?
Right, you did say that. Oh well. I don't need it, but I might enjoy it. Your neighbor follower shakes his head in disbelief, but lowers and hands you a wet cylindrical thing. What is this?
It's a can. I'm sacrificing half of my Sunday night beer for you, my lord. Please accept my offerings.
Inside, the liquid inside is fizzy, cold, and bitter. Gross.
Okay, maybe milk would be more up your alley then.
Much better.
Oh my god, you are a fake cat.
I am your god. Wait, what?
Milk is bad for real cats. I knew it.
I'm an eldritch horror, though. So what if you just happen to resemble a cat? It's not your fault your true form is not compatible with this world.
See? I see. Alright, old eldritch horror lord. When will we start looking for adventures? Extracting the cursed artifacts of your horrifying might from the sealed coffins beneath the abandoned tombs while slaying some fearsome dragons within?
You raise a brow. What makes you think I have any cursed artifacts to my name?
Cultural stereotypes, mostly.
Well, who are you to disappoint your faithful milk-bringing follower? I am very foreign to your realm. Until I establish more presence here, I'm not very well fit to do any dragon-slaying expeditions. You're free to do it on your own if you wish.
Damn!
Do not insult your deity, young man.
My apologies.
You enjoy your drinks in comfortable silence. Humanities! Art and culture! Luckily, money doesn't get better. IOU is a fun concept. You look at ancient art. Humans find it mostly boring, but oh, you do find it adorable. That was the first time their souls touched the void. Weekend activities. Talk to Theodore! Wait, what's the plot so far? So basically, Theodore, this French dude, summoned an eldritch horror and we're trying to build a cult. That's it. That's the plot so far. We're trying to establish a cult while also learning more about the world. And I'm also hoping to turn this eldritch horror cat into a handsome ikemen. Your experience at building a cult.
And why do you look like a cat?
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know, don't eldritch horrors usually present as deep-sea creatures or something?
For the last time, I'm not Yogg-Sothoth.
Ah, I got it! Is it because cats stare into nothingness sometimes?
They might know something you don't. Digital followers. Theodore?
Yes, my lord?
Explain this to me. You show him the laptop screen.
That's some blogger, I think. She makes slimes using soap and glue. My lord, why do you watch children's entertainment?
No, you don't get it. Don't you see how many followers this human girl has?
Ah!
You're beating your tails impatiently while he laughs.
Do you also want to have a social media following? If you manage to find your niche and you can get millions just by making videos, taking photos, or sharing your opinions of stuff.
Do you also want to have a social media following?
Yes, let's do it! I'm gonna become an internet star, Mom!
I've seen people online saying modern problems require modern solutions. You're right, Theodore. I should establish my online presence.
Just don't make any slimes, okay? It would only attract children. And you would probably scare them shitless.
You nod. Weekday routine. Money keeps getting better. You have a feeling you're going to love banking. Oh my god. I moved you away from STEM and you're still going to become an accountant? Disgusting. Hello, human elves, dwarves, and whatnot. I am a god. You're met with digital silence. Broken arm. Entrance smells different today. There's someone else coming.
Hi, your lordship. Guess what? I brought you a potential follower.
Oh, you better be ready for this. Hello, mortal. What brings you to my doorstep today?
Yeah, don't mind me. It's not as if it's my house or anything.
A man awkwardly places a bottle of strawberry milk before you. Wait, milk can be flavored? Neat! Here, that's for you. Theodore said you enjoy milk, no? Ah, so it's an offering. Will you recognize me as your deity of worship? He awkwardly shrugs, one shoulder barely moving. Yeah, I can get with that. The doctor said my arm would be healed in a month, but not fully or with its abilities restored. I thought of praying to Asclepius, god of medicine, but his priest told me not to waste his time, as my injury is not life-threatening or anything. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't afford their services. Go on? And I kind of want my arm back, you know? It's just once I've heard of a new one here, who isn't very picky with offerings, so I thought I might give you a shot. You open the bottle and take a sip. The strawberry milk tastes better than that of the offering. It's reluctant and weak. He doesn't expect much of you and doesn't actually believe in your powers much. Still, an offering is an offering. You have accepted it. Channel the power of the undead, channel the power of the void. What difference does it make? You press your paw into the man's temple and focus the emptiness inside of him. All is lost. For his hands to just simply be able to do. Holding his child close, menial tasks guided by pure muscle memory, and then a fleeting childhood memory of scribbling down test answers on his palm. The last carried by a worn feeling of born from inventing a secret code with his friends on a summer day many, many years ago. He misses those things. It doesn't matter, you whisper, as you devour them. Not the memories, but the importance of them. So, did you heal it? Nah. What did you do then? Took away. How do I phrase it? The thing that made you think having a working arm was important for you. What do you mean make me think? My arm is important to me. Yeah, think again on that one. What did you do to my head? Why don't I feel like any of those memories are important? Dang, I didn't ask for a divine mind fuck. Visibly shaken, he jerks and scurries away.
That went remarkably well. Do you think he'll come back? I'm praying on it right now.
Funny, I don't feel any prayers from you, though I hypothetically should. It was sarcasm, your lordship. Let me try that again. You want to perform, you whisper. You want to work. To grasp and extend, to create and destroy so much. Even death can't stop you. For a moment, the man grits his teeth and grimaces. It's over almost too quickly. Alright, done. You can remove your arm's coffin now. The cast fall down to the floor. You proudly observe your work. No! Oh fuck Jesus, what the fuck? I don't know who that Jesus person is, but you should show more gratitude.
You made me a skeleton!
Not you, just your arm. Try it. It should be stronger and better now. Visibly shaken, he jerks and scurries away. So much for experience culting.
That went remarkably well. It was sarcasm, your lordship. Have you thought about, discussing people's requests before granting them anything?
No, why?
Because if you talked to him beforehand, maybe that guy would have been okay with your treatment? Maybe you're unaware of this fact, but your powers are rather horrifying.
You think about it for a second.
You seem okay, though. Right, well, for a point of reference, I wanted to summon Yoxogot, so I'm not like most people. My point is, try to understand people more. I don't know, read some fiction, go outside, talk about expectations beforehand. Just a word of advice from a deity to a deity from his only follower, I guess.
I'll think about it.
Alright, do you want anything to drink? I also got another flavor for you to try.
Maybe you just prefer chocolate milk to strawberry, but this one tastes even better. Lame Photoshop, bro, they say.
Hey, your lordship, would you mind accompanying this humble follower to go shopping today?
Didn't you say I scare people?
Oh right, can you do something about it?
Mask as a human? No. I don't think I can help it.
Oh shit, well if anyone asks, you're a cosplayer. It's people who dress up as fictional characters.
Cosplayer, got it.
Perfect, let's go!
The outside world feels much bigger than the last time you visited this realm. Much bigger and much emptier. Tall, loud, and more... and a whole vomit of colors.
Alright, stop, we're here!
You observe the location. It's more colorful than the others you've passed by. The air buzzes with emotions, making your back fur stand on end.
It's the main shopping street!
And?
I'll be right back, but in the meantime, you can take a look at things and see what you like. Keep an eye out for anything you might want to receive from potential followers.
He basically vanishes into thin air afterwards. You take a leisurely stroll past some storefronts until your eyes catch one specific time. Used electronics and goods. Something about those old, ragged, tiny boxes to speak to you.
There you are! Did something specific catch your eye?
Not specific, but I think this plays on those things. You gesture with your paws. What are they, by the way?
Old retro games. You want any? Oh, I loved this one when I was a child. Here, good sir, we'll take this one.
Before you process what's happening, he hands one box to you.
Oh, my god, it's a gamer.
Is this an offering?
No, it's just a gift. Let's go home.
And you go back, learning about this world a little more with every step.
Oh, one more thing. This is also for you. I kinda need my old laptop back, you know?
Is this also a gift?
I think it is.
Thank you, Theodore. First rule of economics. You can't eat paper. Well, you can, but humans generally can't.
Care for a movie?
Sure. Some might call it slacking off your duties, but a deity should maintain close ties with a priest. Hey, Theodore.
Yes, your lordship?
Why is no one following me on social media yet? He looks at the screen over your shoulder.
Maybe because you don't post anything? Even if you don't have anything substantial to share, a quick pic of your food can remind people you're relevant.
But I am a god. I do not need to eat.
Right, you need to find something else to post about regularly then.
In-law struggles.
Hello? Hi, you've reached the church of the Asoite, the eldritch horror god of the undead and the void. How may we help you today?
Are you a god?
No, I'm his roommate. Hey, your lordship, you have a visitor.
Don't scream, I am right here.
Oh, I wanted to ask for your help. I'm afraid I can't give much, but I've heard you like vintage stuff.
She hands you an old CD, you sniff it, and then lick it. She used to listen to these songs a lot back in the day, lying on the grass, looking up at the starry sky. She thought that if only she got older, she would move to a bigger city and have her own house with 2 lovely golden retrievers. Normal stuff, but that was when the future seemed so bright and full of possibilities. Ew, dogs? Really now? But an offering is an offering. The void of these false memories fills you up inside, and you quickly bite your way through crunchy plastic. Thanks for the meal. Now, what is the burden you desire to be lifted?
What?
What do you want, woman?
Oh, in short, I met a girl.
We've been together for a few months, and everything is great, really. I like her a lot. She's being very nice and everything, but her family, they don't like me so much. They all have prestigious office jobs, big houses, and a maid to clean their homes. I have less to my name than their maid. They probably think I want their daughter's money, but I couldn't care less, really. However, their family is very close-knit, so not being able to invite me along to her family vacations made her so sad, too. I don't want to see her sad. I see. Why don't you just ask the god of will to dump a pile of gold on you? You're greeted with her bitter smile. To gain gold from Kaishin, the god of money and trade, you have to pay in gold firsthand. Wow, that somehow makes no sense and way too much sense.
The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Hey, miss, not to intrude or anything, but have you thought that maybe it's not actually about money? Maybe your girl's parents do not approve of your relationship because, you know, it's rainbow colored?
What does that mean?
Gay, it means they're gay. I don't think so.
You don't think you're gay?
No, I think it's about money. I'm bi.
Ha, got him. Alright. Just give her your advice. Here's your piece of divine wisdom.
Yes?
Don't bother.
Excuse me.
Don't bother. If those people dislike you for who you are, it's not your problem. If your girlfriend can't stand up for you, ask yourself whether she loves you back as much as you love her. Think about it. I mean, to please her. You came to ask a favor from an eldritch horror, but she can't even tell her parents to get over themselves and respect her choice? That's pathetic.
Ouch, that's harsh.
You disagree with me?
No, I'm just saying that was harsh.
No, you're right. I shouldn't pretend to be someone I'm not. Thank you.
Wow, you're getting better at this.
I am a god, after all.
Sure, I brought you some chalky milk straight from a brown cow.
I love Theodore. Theodore is so good. I hope he doesn't die. Nice. You post some pictures, mostly selfies, perhaps counterintuitively, and you get some prestige from it. Who's there? You wait for Theodore to open the door, but remember he's not home. Whatever, you're an independent adult. God, you can greet your new follower yourself. Oh my god, it's the pizza delivery man is in a cat suit.
Hi, your pizza?
Greetings, mortal. What the fuck? This creature? It doesn't look like a human deity or a demon. Or a chthonic being from within. No, it's something unbeknownst to you completely. Grant its wish and hope it'll leave you alone. You take a deep breath. Maybe, just maybe you can reason with it. Offer it something it doesn't have, so it'll go away satisfied. Carefully, you approach the creature. What do you wish for?
A signature? The order's already paid for. I just need to confirm the delivery.
Already paid? Did it take something from you without you even being alerted? It must have been more powerful than you imagined. What can I give to you to get back what you have taken? I am a god after all. I can't grant you more than you've taken.
Are you really a god?
Does it question your power? You can't help but bare your teeth.
Holy shit!
That's right, creature. Take this bargain or leave.
Can you make my manager less of a pain in the ass? He always complains about fucking everything.
Reluctantly, you touch the creature's shadow, only to learn that to your surprise, it obeys a human, that human. He always angry and shouting, red in the face. He always wanted to be a detective, but failed in all fitness tests. Every time, going too fast at the start and overexerting himself before they ended. You don't dare to touch the creature itself. The human you're talking about, with the red face and sweaty palms and the shirt he never washes.
That's exactly him!
He wanted to be a detective once, never did anything to achieve his dream and failed, but the pain of the future he never had still lives within him. You can use this knowledge and to strike him where it hurts.
Do you think he'll be happy if I base my detective character on him? I kinda wanna write a book, so...
Maybe. Was this knowledge useful?
Yeah, man, that's like really cool. Here, you can have your money back.
He gives you a box and a crumpled banknote. Is that all?
Yes? That's a bit less than a pizza's price, but I don't have more money on me right now. Sorry.
You hear footsteps approaching.
Hi, thank you for the delivery, but I thought I already paid for the order? Yeah, but I got here. Oh, sorry, you never asked for your name, did I? Well, he helped me with a work problem and asked for a pizza's cost back. I can afford pizza, thank you. But here's your money back.
Hey, it's mine now.
I'll just use another note then. Thanks, you two are pretty cool, you know? No problem, my guy. Alright, I gotta run. Please order again.
So, why do you want my pizza money? Oh, it smells good. Do you want some? Call it more like psychologist. When you put too much of your stats into liberal arts. You're kind of too embarrassed to answer. Weekday routine. Everything has value except for the things that don't. Weekend activities. Post on social media. You post some pictures, mostly selfies. Perhaps counterintuitively, you get some prestige from it. Pet project. The doorbell rings again.
Who's there? Oh, it's you! Are you doing fine?
Good morning. Sorry for showing up uninvited. I'm actually doing great. Sorry about last time. I ran away without a second thought, but then I had some time to get used to my new arm, and it's actually performing well. His lordship was right. It is stronger than before. Granted, people look at me funny sometimes, but better than essentially being one-handed, eh? I can lift twice as much as before, and it doesn't go numb if I lie on it for hours. So, thank you, really. Your method might have been unorthodox, but it's the first time a god has cared enough to do something for me. You cast Theodore and I told you so look. He sighs. We're glad your life has improved. And who might this little princess be? The child peeps out from behind the man's back and fixes you with a curious gaze. Oh, that's my daughter. She actually wanted to ask you for a favor too, if you don't mind. You don't have to entertain her too much if it's a problem, but she was really insistent on meeting you, even promised to wash the dishes for a whole month. You're not sure what specifically a child would want from you. Oh, here's the offering for your trouble. Now, sweetie, give Mr. God the offering.
Here, Your Honor!
No, sweetie, Your Honor is your Uncle Steve. He's a judge. Soit is a god, not a lawyer.
Here, God, not a lawyer!
From her devious smile, you can see that the child is just messing with you. It's banana milk, albeit an intense and a very sincere offering, even though the children's emotions lack a certain kick to it. The cat and the girl is cute and the rest is faceless. It'd be like that. You gotta put in effort where it's like, you know, important. Okay, little princess, what do you pray for?
Jesus?
No, me, but I'm a who. What do you want?
By the way, is Jesus real?
Who?
Never mind. I knew it. I want a kitty!
A kitty, huh? Do nothing as a parent-child matter. What did Theodore tell you? Offer to be her kitty? You're right. Alright, you're a fake cat. Hey, little princess, can I be your kitty? My best follower said that I'm quite the cat. You only see Theodore choke on laughter!
You're pretty big for a cat. Wait, I have a call.
Okay, I'm back. That was a... Sorry about the call. But yeah, offer to be your kitty.
You're pretty big for a cat.
You do your best to ignore two grown men dying in the background. And the two grown men dying in the background. I'm like two cats, see? I have two heads. Isn't it better than just one?
I guess so, yeah. Can I take you home and feed you milk?
Oh, my mom's still calling. Okay.
Fake cat.
Shut up.
Don't swear in front of a child, fake cat.
No, I'm afraid I have to stay here. I have lots of things to do. Oh no, now she looks sad. But you can visit me when you have some free time. Unlike real cats, I happen to enjoy milk. Your father will allow you to visit too, right? If you promise no miracles before consulting me or her mother, then sure. Your doubt wounds me so.
I'll leave offerings
For every non-miracle visit. Deal.
So, little princess, will you accept this one as your kitty?
Okay, but only if you let me scratch your ears. Oh my god! That's so cute! That's sweet! Akuit? That's so cute. You kneel down and let the child pet your ears. The things we do for followers, you think. Weekday routine. Okay, let's up our STEM game a little bit. And insight. You're totally wrong about the internet being nicer than your average hive mind. Talk to Theodore! Care for a movie? Sure. Are you real, lols? You get a DM. Are you a real god, lols?
Are you going to respond to that?
Not directly, no. There's no need to feed the trolls.
You're getting really good at this.
Furries? 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 We're dealing with furries now? Today, you decided to go for a walk and just interact with more of the bigger world. It's mostly been uneventful, just you absorbing knowledge, observing, and remembering. However, one question continues to pester on your way back. Theodore?
Oh, hi, welcome back. What's up?
What's a furry? You patiently wait for him to stop laughing like crazy.
So, you look like a cat, right?
I've been informed by you multiple times.
Well, yeah, anyways, there are some people who are really into it, you know? When you're, like, partly animal, partly human, like bipedal, but with fur, hence furries.
What are those people, then?
Online.
So it's an internet thing.
Yeah. A real niche and obscure one. Don't bother. Basically, those people just like the way you look, nothing more.
What an enlightening conversation. Even if you did manifest as a common house pet, it does come with its own benefits. Insight and more humanities? No, let's do it soul navigation. We need a little bit of that. We need a little bit of everything. Or maybe not. Compassion. I need to be a compassionate god. Furries follow up. Still intrigued, you end up doing more research about furries. It sours your mood to learn that cats are not the most popular species amongst them. Even dogs rate higher. Speaking about dogs. Ugh, that guy.
Something's up?
I might need to focus more on my divine skills. I just remembered an unpleasant former acquaintance.
Oh?
My connection to the arcane.
I meant your acquaintance about whom you speak with such disdain.
Death.
Please do not threaten me.
I meant Death, the god of death. Death.
Not a fan?
It's very annoying. Ew. Why are there more stats? I only have 10 points to allocate each day. Each week. You focus and try to feel what exactly being a human realm deity means. The fabric of reality also tries really hard to accommodate your powers and what you conceptually mean. You try to stay updated on every online gossip. After all, what can be cooler than a more reliable and local deity also being aware of some Hollywood celebs' controversy? Online miracles.
Hello, chat. Ready for some...
Oh my god, it's a stream. Akoite became a streamer. No.
Hello, chat. Ready for some miracles? Today I'm going to read your minds live. No one is watching your stream yet. A whole hour later, you get a comment. Yes, it's not a scam. I'm not stalking you. Imagine watching a dog streamer, lol. I'm gonna turn into a cat. I'm gonna change myself and turn into a cat. Just you wait. After all, your whole profile is boring and full of misattributed quotes about mystery, suffering, and weapons. How many heads though? Maybe 3. I wanna one-up Akoite. Your favorite colorful... Oh my god, it's a brony. Although personally, I find it much more fun to write long-ass rants about. No, I'm not a hacker, I'm a god. Hey, fuck you too. Your lordship, are you busy? Not particularly, no. Oh, a shiny new mortal. Theodore sighs and observes the young man accompanying him. Is he still a teenager or already an adult? Sometimes it's hard to tell. That's my student. I've had the misfortune of mentioning you once and he's been constantly annoying me about you ever since. Well, you should have brought him here earlier then. I am nothing if not benevolent. He's not even a real god, prof. Please do not insult my deity like that. How would you like me to insult him then? I'm sorry. Can I eat your annoying child? Please don't. I am right here. Okay, no eating annoying children. Well, what makes you think I'm not a real god, child? You don't even have a temple. You live on my teacher's couch. So this is what bothers him. You find yourself unable to remain offended. Some deities live in caves or woods or even caverns. What's your problem? Actually, fair point, but your supposed powers make no sense. What can you even do as a god of nothing? This is a joke, right? Nothing. The light flickers and crawls away from you as you infuse the world with your power. Do you believe in me now? That's even worse! Excuse me? What about our free will? Don't your miracles undermine the word of our word as species? Instead of living on our own volition, we're bound to your whims, and as if something goes awry, it only takes a timely sacrifice to right the divinity to magically undo it. It's kind of amusing. How about resisting temptation to magically solve your problems then? Also, don't confuse me for a vending machine. I can't always refuse your shitty sacrifice. On a whim! No, of my own free will. What if don't? You haven't even let me finish! Yeah, no. Don't. The thing is, the afterlife is real. Divine morality is real. It doesn't impose on your free will, though. You can choose not to believe in any deities, refuse their blessings, reject their punishments, embrace nihilism, and fade into nothingness. Aren't you the god of nothingness, though? Aren't you making a bad fate agreement, though? 5 minutes ago, you were questioning the validity of my divinity anyway. No, I'm not the god of nothingness. I'm the god of the void. What is the void? Do you like chocolate eggs? My little brother does. Cool. So the void is a place where the plastic toys of those chocolate eggs reside. The moment after the pack, and before the capsule is opened. Hey, Prof? Yes? You're working Slavojisek, aren't you? Get out. Oh, come on, Prof. Oh, come on, Professor. Maybe we can convert this young lost soul. Theodore groans. Not you too. You were there before, of course you can stay here again. They might not be real followers, but they're still yours! Philosophy follow-up. So you're not afraid of summoning eldritch horrors to this world to enjoy a beer or two?
and are apparently a professor. What do you do?
I teach.
Duh.
Fair. Okay, I teach philosophy.
Uh-huh.
Fair. Most people also have that reaction. Anyway, yeah, I go to a place, bore kids to death with my impeccable speaking skills, and then leave. Once in a while, I have to produce a boring derivative article on some old as fuck text that everyone and their needs to obsessed mother have already overanalyzed. Truly, a life one can only dream of.
I'm not really sure whether that counts as a good thing or not.
You know, it's funny.
What exactly?
You're supposed to be an eldritch horror, a mind unreachable and fundamentally inhumane. Kind of like that, yeah. And yet, the first thing you wanted to know about me is my occupation, as if we truly are defined by our labor.
You know that I'm neither omnipotent nor omniscient? I am not your capital G God. That judges your objective word, only your subjective word matters to me.
Yeah, but I have another theory. Won't share right now, though. I need to sleep on it.
I also didn't ask for your occupation to judge your character. I've been living with you for a while now. I asked because your student made me think.
I apologize again for whatever he said. He's an edgy one.
I've heard from his usual
professors that he walked into the databases and relative algebra class and screamed something about blockchain being the only true future and was escorted out. The stupidest part is that blockchain has nothing to do with database structures.
No, it's not about that. He said I'm not a real god because I don't have a temple, so I've decided that we need to erect a temple in my name. Of course, you would be promoted to head priest.
How are you going to pay for your temple, my lord?
I'll think about the specifics later. Pet project, follow up.
Hi, Mr. God Kitty. Hello to you too, little princess. Not you, the kitty. Ouch, that hurt.
Now, don't be rude to my priest, okay? Do you want to play?
Yes.
Theodore, how do real cats play? And that's how you spend the rest of the day running after a stick with a pink feather on it. Every god needs followers. If no one prays to you, you might as well not exist. Hi, chat. I'm not an idol. I'm a god, okay? They respond with praying emoji. Nice of them. Thank you for your donations to the Church of the Acoite. Please attend our weekly digital services led by yours truly. I'm blessing all of your Doritos and Kermit mercy remotely. He's a streamer! He's a streamer! I can't believe it! He's a streamer! Spam mails. Dear sir, I've been requested by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company to contact you for assistance in resolving a matter.
Why are you reading spam mails?
Why are you reading my spam mails?
Was just passing by, saw the Nigerian prince copy pasta, but really why? Gotcha. Do you maybe want to pick up a hobby or two?
Anyway, you might be wise, experienced, and live a joyless existence, but this is my first time seeing this Nigerian prince thing. Don't ruin it for me.
Okay, no ruining scam emails from my deity, got it.
Okay, hydration. I have like a whole liter of water next to me. Hydrated, stressed, posture has been checked. Life's good. Or do you think my redeems are like too expensive or too cheap or whatnot? Because I lowered them recently, pretty recently. You sit down and think about your future temple. What do you want from it? What of other gods and goddesses and horrors unimaginable none for their places of power? Maybe you need to ask around. Disguised in the ruins, the closest this realm has to eternity, heavens. The place where most gods spend their time. Ugh, what a hack.
Ahoy, bucko!
Are you talking to me?
Ya betcha! In the same boat with you here. Me not well respected here. I've been told too young and fake for the proper kind Anyways, eh?
They seem good on a quick scan. Okay, cool. Depends on what other options you plan to add in future. I like the idea of having hydration stress posture to be cheaper. That way it can remind you to stay healthy while saving for higher rewards. Huh. Even cheaper? I'll think about it. Circus might be a tad expensive. I don't know how long it lasts. Why don't you try out? It lasts for a bit. Circus lasts for a bit.
I've been trying to get accepted here for, what, 20-something human years, but to no avail. First time seeing another non-member, though. You open to collaborate?
Shouldn't penalize the viewer for reminding you to be healthy or whatever. Oh, right. You have a point. I'll lower the cost for the health redeems then.
Maybe. More importantly, who are you? Me? The flying spaghetti monster, of course!
Monster, you say? Are you from the other realm?
In a sense, yeah. Me and the monster are the most abstract. Do you know the number of pirates is inversely proportional to the global temperature?
And why do you care?
No, just a fun fact.
Anyway, you said you're too young and fake? Well, I'm definitely real and have of the many human. I wish there was some function that let you keep track of how many channel points were spent over time. Oh, that would be cool. So what keeps you outside these gates then? You survey the crimson skies. Maybe because I'm a real monster, that's why. The Pantheon and its members will be there tomorrow after all. It might be a good idea to pay more attention. In-law struggles follow up. Behold my greatness, mortal. Oh, it's you again. Ready to convert to embrace my church and its teachings? Hi. That's not an answer. Anyway, did the knowledge I bestowed upon you help?
Kind of. Is your friend home? I'll have you know I got promoted to head priest of this humble church.
Isn't being a friend more important?
Depends. Determining one's life through his own labor is capitalist, not to mention outlays. But determining oneself through others is even more pathetic given in this economy. Anyway, what can I offer that my god cannot?
Yes, about this, I have to apologize. Pardon? You are right, it was about us being gay. Bonding using divine knowledge definitely helped. But even though now they don't hate me, they still disapprove of our relationship.
And you still care because?
I love her. Cute. Well, I can make them forget about their scorn for same-sex attraction if you can manage to bring them here. No, I don't think you will, but all due respect, my lord. And I was just about to get offended, okay? Why do you think that? The religious beliefs say that being gay is a grave sin, and I've heard that contradicting divine influences can end in disaster. They're not the nicest people, but I don't want them to suffer from that, you know? Alright, you have a point. So what will you ask from your god? In fact, my divine authority can be safely overridden by a stronger deity's authority. But you're not even officially recognized by the Pantheon. You probably don't stand a chance. Right, divine convictions can't be overridden using force but can be challenged by people holding them. So I thought that maybe, and I deeply apologize for my sheer audacity beforehand. Oh damn, it's so improper. Stop mumbling and get to the point. You came here with a specific proposal in mind, so spit it out. With all due respect, my lord, could you pretend to be gay? Excuse me, what? Well, you didn't dismiss me when I first came, so I thought that maybe. I wasn't bothered, and I'm still not. To be honest, I do think language separates your kind from each other more than gender. Can I ask what you mean? Well, our guest here speaks English, so does her girlfriend's father. If I showed them both a picture of a toy soldier, they'd instantly recognize it by name. In that sense, their minds are closely linked than that of her and the girl living above us. She's Chinese, by the way, a first-generation immigrant. For her, that toy has no significance whatsoever.
Gotcha. You understood that? Yeah, pretty much.
Could you please explain that for the layperson in the audience?
It's your stupid G.I. Joes. Even if you were never a fan, you probably grew up surrounded by them, so whenever you see one, you remember your childhood. Like, a boy next door would obsess over them and offer to mow the lawn over summer vacation just to get their hands on one. Guessing your pre-K class would all argue over having the coolest one, right?
Right.
Well, your mind is full of those little G.I. Joes. But they're just toys? I grew up in a place where we had neither pre-K nor a weird obsession with mowing the lawn. Most of us used public transport, and high school kids weren't allowed to drive. Honestly, when I learned that people here paid for cooking classes, I thought that meant something advanced, like the likes of culinary school. Not that fully grown adults still struggle to make simple French fries.
Why are you so mad at food?
Because!
His lie. French fries aren't considered to be an easy recipe for home cooking.
Are you reading my mind?
No.
How did you know then?
When you summoned me, you mentioned that you're French and that you were sorry for being one. Naturally, it was one of the first search terms that I entered, and I was confused for a good few minutes. I asked myself, why would my first follower claim to be a sliced and deep-fried until golden root vegetable? He thought French. The French are all French fries. Great.
Did you want to maybe try some French fries?
Why are you offering me a taste of your soul?
I'm not a potato.
I'm teasing.
Cute.
What was that? Oh right, your request, which is? You pretending to be gay. And this should help how?
They'll see that real God supports same-sex relationships. Why can't you just mention Apollo, His tragic bisexual endeavors are well known enough.
And how often does Apollo bless us mere mortals with his presence? We already tried this approach and it didn't do any good. Knowing something and seeing something with your own two eyes are very different things. And how would they know you know, seeing stuff? Well, can you publicly go on a date with another man, please? Let me guess, you would also want me to appear human, yes? I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to determine your gender because you're basically two cats in a suit. Okay, if I do this, and your girlfriend will recognize me as your one and only deity of worship. You will send me your offerings and you will promote me amongst your people. Sure!
And whom shall my god date?
You, of course.
Pardon?
You're friends.
I am his priest.
Yes, and you told me you find your new priesthood to be more important than your friendship. But neither of you denied your friendship, and you live together, and you bicker like an old married couple. Oh my god, she ships them! She ships them! Me too, honestly, but she ships them! My nose itches so bad. Give me a second. Okay. I'm good.
You're smarter than you look.
I am in the middle of a war after all.
Okay, your lordship, do you mind?
Do you think publicly dating a mortal will make me look more approachable and humane in the eyes of the general public?
Maybe?
Then I don't mind. Please, dress nicely for our date.
Are you going to dress nicely?
Of course. I'm going to wear human skin after all. More on compassion and more on humanities. No, more on art and culture. Wash it with soap or something. Fingernails are usually dirty and scratching and may just make it worse. I feel like that was a mistel. Huh? Wait, wash my nose? With soap? Also, what does a mistel mean? Yeah, what's a mistel? I don't think washing my nose with soap would be a good idea. Okay, do we post on social media or socialize with other gods? I'm not sure. Not quite sure. Nah, I'll talk to Theodore. Probably not direct, but so when you type and send something in one chat, that's meant for a different one. Oh, social media? Okay. Sometimes you can't even believe it works, but it does. Pretend date. You weren't kidding about dressing nicely. Though I must ask, it's not literally someone else's skin, right? I did not skin anyone to wear their skin as a pillowcase. Though when caresses your weirdly naked, oddly singular face, you feel quite serious and solemn. No, I mean, you didn't borrow someone else's facial appearance? Not really, no. This face is much mine at my last too. As my last too. I've gathered enough knowledge of the human soul to make mine in my own image. It too reflects who I am. Alright. It's a wacky fanfiction trope. Acknowledging it doesn't change the fact, though. You seem pretty upset about dating me, you know. I could get offended. No, it's not that. You know what fanfiction is? Fun fraction? What's that? Story based on pre-existing stories. Take someone else's playground to use it as your heart's content. Ah. So every human secretly wants to be like me. Why? You too want to take someone else's realm and fuck with it, non? I only had the most academic of interests at heart. You know, the default position in today's society is that fanfiction is trashy and immature, and kind of lame for both the creators and readers too. But that's just stupid. Okay? Those people don't care about art theory. They just want to hate on something. If you really apply the theory of I hate teenage girls bias to the existence of fanfiction is amazing. Like, come on, at its core, fanfiction is a very postmodern thing with an intentional derivativeness, spontaneous pluralism, and unapologetic rejection of the idea of the grand universal meaning. Isn't it cool? I thought you didn't enjoy being a fanfiction trope as of now. It feels pretty surreal, so I felt obligated to invoke meta-awareness. Then I realized that metafiction is still fiction. If you truly are a character in a story, there is no way for you to challenge this fact. I'm sorry for blabbering. Do you want to hold hands? By the way, you're supposed to blush over it. Can I refuse? I suppose we're on a date and under surveillance. Fair enough, you offered Theodore your hand. Human fingers are surprisingly flexible and intertwine naturally. Monkeys, with their stupid monkey bodies and lizard brains. Okay. So next up, we take a leisurely walk around and enjoy our time together. Publicly, the more affectionate we are, the better. You promptly walk for a few blocks. How does one feel affection? You can read minds, can't you tell? I can tell that it's there. I don't really understand where it begins, though. One moment there's nothing, then suddenly it exists. I've read stories too, but even the most praised authors don't provide an answer. With other emotions, it's more formulaic, I think. You can pinpoint most of them to a singular cathartic event. If someone wrongs you, you feel hatred. If someone does something nice for you, you feel gratitude. And of course, human connection to the void is born out of loss. Normally, you humans don't realize you treasure something until you've lost it, because your minds are not equipped to deal with nothingness. So what makes you aware of love? Theodore suddenly stops and looks at you.
A friend of mine once asked me the same, and I had answered that love is when you notice the small insignificant things about another person, and those trivial things feel special. But that's not your point of reference. I guess you can interpret love as treasuring someone or something so much that you fear losing them before it actually happens. A lot of people say love is both pleasure and pain. Thus, it's finding something not lost yet suffering from the very fact of its finiteness.
How can you tell this about myself?
Observation, mostly. I do live with you.
The hand in yours feels warm and soft. We have been circling around this district for hours now. Take me somewhere else.
Do you have a specific location in mind?
As a matter of fact, I do. Could you please show me your favorite places around town?
Ah! We've become Ikemen! We've become Catboy!
Apparently, you can't make big money if you don't already have big money and can afford to risk invest. Divinity can't be destroyed, but it can be lost, given up, or willingly, or altered. Talk to Theodore. Nothing much to do. You decide to meditate and connect to the abyss. See what the others of your kin have to say. The abyss sends you a message. The message is, "Lol, kitty." You swear to yourself that not a single living soul can learn. Lol, kitty. I've decided that.
Uh-huh. I need a website for my church.
What, no show of enthusiasm?
It's a lovely idea, but in this economy, do you know how much a software engineer costs? I miss my scholarship days. I was paid a shitload just to attend classes, and I lived like a king. Now I live like a moderately wealthy janitor.
Fine. You need to figure out how to make imaginary numbers one day. Kitty, become human. Curious about the aftermath, you check the news. It's only proper for a beginner god to monitor his publicity, so you think. 10 deities, you didn't know you were queer. How dare these mortals put you at number 9, you hiss in displeasure.
What's irritated your lordship today? I'm pretty sure I heard someone trying to learn heavy metal vocal techniques, so I wanted to check in with you.
You show him the article.
Don't worry, a lot of queer teenagers have already decided they want to stand you and be the kitty kinnies.
Oh my god, kitty kinnies.
Here, they actually make a quiz based on this piece. Which queer god or goddess are you? Exactly.
Whom's did you get?
Ashamed to tell, but Apollo. Apparently thinking about the Roman Empire often makes one qualify.
Isn't he originally Greek?
Yes, but the Romans didn't have their own alternative to the imported Apollo as is. Damn, his love life was a disaster though.
You click on the test. It asks you pointless questions about which song out of the repertoire of musicians you've never heard of is your favorite. I am literally me. You hiss again, stupid test.
Yes, the sound. Pretty unsettling, not going to lie. I've never known that human vocal cords can produce such a thing. By the way, aren't you reverting back to your usual attire?
I don't know. This one is also me. It feels pretty comfortable. Touching fabric is way less unpleasant for once, so I might as well stick with it. It feels right, probably for some bullshit divine order reason. It's impossible for new gods to appear here and there, that is, if new niche concepts call for them. Frog Prince. The doorbell rings today. It's been an uneventful month, so you hope it's a new follower.
Hello, I'm here to pray.
Wow, jackpot. Go on, I am listening.
Oh, I thought you were rather monster-like.
Don't assume things about thy deities. She was kind of scared, so you immediately backed down. And I thought it would make me look more approachable. So how can this singular humble eldritch god help you today? You observe the frog in her hands. My head priest is French. He might enjoy the meat, but I would ask you to refrain from such offerings next time.
Oh no, this is not an offering. It's my ex.
Here's the offering. The actual offering appears to be a piece of fabric. Upon closer inspection, you identify it as a preschooler-sized white dress. It tastes bitter and low-key spoiled. She wanted to be a fairy once because of course, but then... Bleh.
Is it bad? I'm sorry, I've heard you like sentimental pieces.
Yes, I do. Yours is just soiled with bad associations. What happened? Did a fairy steal your firstborn?
Kind of.
So is this an insufficient offering? You sigh. I would really prefer something else. For example, that acrylic charm attached to your phone case. Actually, give me the case as well.
But it's limited edition!
You came here to ask for a divine miracle and yet you can't spare a trinket? I'm generous, but I'm not cheap, you know.
Alright.
Reluctantly, she gives you what you asked for. Oh yes, much better. Memories of her first convention are bubbly and fizzy, most notably joyous. They shine bright like the twin charms you purchased with the sole intent of being exchanged. A ritual of sorts, she and her best friend are dressed in impractical costumes of fictional space, blood-sacrificing and emperor-worshipping troops. So what's your request?
I'm sorry for trying to trick you, you see. I have a grudge against fairies now. It was cheap of me trying to give you that dress as an offering.
I know, and?
I always wanted to be blessed by a fairy when I was a little girl. I refused to join any church and declared my allegiance to the fairies.
But no one showed up, right?
Right? That was until I met my boyfriend, well, my ex-boyfriend, I guess.
And here I was under the impression that your kind doesn't approve of relationship with non-sentient species.
No, that's not a frog. You see, we started dating, like, in high school. It was my first relationship. Like, every girl I knew told me men were trouble and I should keep an eye out for my future beau.
Beau? 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 Beau?
Not allow him to go fishing without supervision and that his sports friends are going to suck, stuff like that. Not sure I'm following, but go on. I thought it was normal, you know, not to feel much about the boy. So when Dave confessed to me, I agreed. Like, I didn't feel any butterflies, but he was nice enough. My parents liked him fine, and he never made mean jokes about me or my friends. We moved together to another city and finished college, planned to marry and stuff.
Bow? Like bow tie? Oh, I see. Is it French? I have a feeling it's French. It means boyfriend.
He never complained when I asked him not to go to any parties without me, and I thought we were doing fine without any magical intervention or help. We were doing fine until a month ago I found out that he was liking other girls' photos online, chatting with them, watching movies together online.
Is that an issue?
I don't know anymore, but I got pretty pissed. Like, everyone told me it was unacceptable, so I chatted at him and everything, even broke some tableware. And then, for the first fucking time, a fairy godmother made her entrance. Told me I was doing perfectly fine in life, so she never felt the need to interfere. Said if my Prince Charming was behaving unprincely toward me, it was a job for her. Curse him into a frog.
And what's the condition? Every curse has a lifting condition?
The true love's kiss, of course.
Makes sense, so it didn't work?
As you can see, no, it didn't.
Semantics, probably, but should the love be mutual or...
I don't know. I don't know whether he loved me or if I was just convenient.
And why do you care? He's not your prince, the charm didn't work. Well, some other princess will lift the curse in your stead.
I don't know, maybe he deserved it. But will he be okay even if he cheated on me? I still don't want him to be eaten by your French friend or something.
He likes his priest status more than his friend status. But your froggy ex will be fine. The fairy was a servant of the goddess of marriage, and the curse is not meant to kill. Frankly, there are easier ways to murder a mortal than with an elaborate spellwork. A gun would work just fine. His crime, in marriage and order terms, was infidelity, and his punishment is meant to make him atone for his sins, so you can safely let him go and the rest is on him.
Alright, if you say so. Why didn't the fairy tell me about it?
Mortals really love making a mess out of your relationships, so she was probably overworked. He can go earn his redemption.
Okay, thank you.
Latin, Bellas, French, beau, meaning handsome, late English, 17th century, beau, meaning boyfriend, sweetheart, darling. Hey, I was right, it was French! All of the words in English that I can't pronounce properly are French in origin. Like rendezvous. Terrible word. Female version is Belle. Makes sense. Beau and Belle. The pantheon is technically just an umbrella term for all the gods of the human realm. If you qualify, you're part of the pantheon. It's also the name of their little social club. Some deities are just not welcome there. You adjust your lack of fur, your more limited vision, and other side effects of presenting as human-like. You discover many positive effects. Pizza apparently does taste nice, even when it's not an offering. A perfectly thin and crispy crust baked into golden perfection. Its edges are kissed with a delightful char that adds a hint of smokiness to every bite. Atop this canvas of culinary delight is a rich tapestry of flavor awaits. A deer named Beau and a cow named Belle. Well, I guess they're boyfriend and girlfriends now. A generous layer of velvety tomato sauce crafted from vine-ripened tomatoes and secret herbs forms the base and offers a burst of vibrant, tangy freshness. Next, a lavish blanket of the finest mozzarella cheese, carefully hand-pulled to achieve that perfect melt-in-your-mouth consistency, cascades over the sauce and creates a luscious harmony. Yes, perfection.
Can't help but feel disappointed.
I'm not eating your calf brains and red wine sauce ever again. Gods from nature and deities who were there before humanity, like the sun or thunder or Mother Earth. Gods from nature or deities who were there before humanity. Okay, cool. The red can in the kitchen catches your attention. You make a mental note that nowadays treasure chests are called fridges. Kidding. You're more intelligent than that. Hey, Theodore.
Yes, your lordship?
Is Santa Claus a god?
The fairy godmother kind of is, I guess. I'm not too sure anymore. I have good news, by the way.
What's that? That died?
No, remember that girl with homophobic in-laws?
Of course.
After all, that pretend date was kind of fun.
Theodore brought you to the shore and introduced you to the local fish market. You're surprised his favorite place just became his favorite a few days ago. Well, you're surprised he had a favorite place there that didn't yearn for his home country somewhere far away.
Anyway, she sent a message. Her girlfriend is also grateful and sent offerings.
Neat. And what about the parents?
Oh, they're having a crisis of faith. A thrifting, obsessed catboy is a better god to his followers than Big J.
Thrifting, obsessed catboy.
Makes you think.
Glad it worked out.
Yeah, same. What would you say to just chill today? Maybe a movie and popcorn? Oh, I also brought you more milk.
I'm putting a lot of stats into divine order. Temple research follow-up.
Remember you wanted to move to a temple?
Something like that, yes.
Good news, we're moving in 4 weeks.
And the bad news?
My landlord is selling the place, so we're either moving or starving out on the streets.
Can we improve your landlord's mood, perhaps?
No, it's not a person, it's a company that... Those don't have souls, anyway. Would you please contribute to the deposit of the next place? I'm afraid that otherwise I would need to temporarily move back to my parents' place, and it's super uncomfy.
You sigh. How old are you again? Are you allowed to teach?
I'm just an associate professor. You can be one right after grad school. It's not like there's a high demand for philosophy experts out there.
But no, really, how old are you? What's your favorite color? If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I'm 27. My favorite color is hot pink.
Cute.
My superpower is to recognize 100 perfect first aid questions list on the spot. There are 2 truths and 1 lie.
My superpower is to recognize 100 perfect first aid questions list on the spot. Bro, I guess your favorite color is not hot pink. I'll get you a Barbie. I'm very well versed in the humanities and arts and culture, but like my STEM is so low. My STEM points are so low. At some point in time, every culture has its own patron god of war. For example, when worlds collided, these deities realized that there were always one, only with different names. Money, money, nom nom nom. You lie down on a couch and think about your future temple. Golden statues, yes. Powerful air conditioners, an Italian chef, and even more couches. Fine, I need to search for some money. Money, money, money. Let's see, what are your options? Get into streaming. Get into streaming! I thought we were already streaming though! Well, you've been doing alright with your digital followers recently. They can't offer real sacrifices anyway, so you might as well start accepting donations. Though you still wonder why streaming is a thing in the first place. What is the fun of watching other people do what you like? But you do need funds.
Personally, I find it rather distasteful.
Lucas trying to reach you. Jealous much? Fuck off, Cthulhu.
You're an eldritch horror, not a hustler.
Says the one who's always dreaming. Do you need antidepressants, maybe?
You bring shame to all of us.
You roll your eyes and disconnect from the abyss. They were the oldest, but they weren't awakened for a long time. Gods from the cosmos, time and space. Now that you have a donation button, and one more donation button plus a regular subscription, you can get both prestige and prosperity points from being angry at Japanese cartoons. Academic integrity.
Hey, Your Majesty?
Well, 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 look us here. The best face of proud anti-clerical youth. Did you change your mind, young man? Can I ask for a favor if I am still directly opposed to divine rule? I'm willing to hear you out of my own free will, mind you. Really? I didn't say I would help, but at least you can try to entertain me. What do you want? He gives a sheepish smile. Can you tell me what Professor Aziu likes? This annoying young brat has something for your priest? Why do you want to know that? Do you even mind caring, you ask yourself. And more importantly, what do you even know about Theodore? I'm failing his class. At this point, I would appreciate any help and employ any measures. That answers your question, and something inside your chest loosens up. What were you trying to do again? Murder and then what? It's probably a bad idea. It's help that you need, you say. Give me your hand. You touch the ink-stained fingers on his and take a deep dive inside his memories. Plastic toys and an indescribable smell of Hutter study, mixture of oak wood, books, and a pipe. Long shadows in between tall and imposing bookshelves. Perfect hideouts for the games. Golden plates of recognition, unimportant and saying nothing yet. You don't really want a degree now, do you? What do you mean? Of course I want my degree. Otherwise, there's no point in paying this much for it. You just want your parents not to be disappointed in you since they are esteemed academics, thinking you have to have a degree and to not embarrass them. I know you deeply miss the times they loved you unconditionally when their titles and achievements were funny words for you and not reminders of your own worthlessness. I didn't ask you to dig up my childhood. You're still young, just do whatever you want. Your parents want you to be happy, not waste your life pursuing their ambitions. But what if they will be disappointed? Then you'll be sad, and then you'll move on. With that, he leaves. You shrug.
Hey, I've seen my kid on the way here. What did he want?
I have no idea.
Oh, so he didn't come here? Maybe it's just a coincidence then.
No, he did. I sent him off.
Ah, gotcha.
A very compassionate god I am. Even though they're called demons, technically those evil beings are too gods. Gods from sin. Once you set up streaming equipment, you remember that the idea of having a website. How naive you have been. Despite the endless nature of the internet, most people frequent only big platforms. Disconnected indie web is hard to find, like islands far away from the shore. Everyone naturally caters toward the continent, trading independence for connection. Lyrics aside, a streaming platform is enough. The concept of goodwill is hilarious. You can't just bullshit your value up. Mortgages can be packed into bonds and sold. Basically, you can lend some people money, they promise to pay you back, so you pack their promises into packages and sell promises to others. What can possibly go wrong, you wonder? The frog princess, sends you a message. She says she found her true self and now lives happily in a kinky polycule. The fairy godmother must be ecstatic. Okay? I think we have like 42 weeks, right? Total in this game? I don't remember. Game's turning out to be a little longer than I thought, but I'm enjoying it so far. It has that, like, I don't know what's going to happen next thing to it. Like, I can't guess at all. Makes me want to keep playing, which is good. Wait, did I do something already? Oh, humanities. After Major Clusterfuck, that was the whole mortgage bond situation, they did call for more regulation. From whom, though? Do they have, like, a banking deity? You've never heard of them. Turns out there's no banking deity, so they try to regulate themselves. Director's cut. At last, a new follower knocks down your door. Whoever they are, they reek of the void. Oh, okay. Water consumed. Heading to bed. Good luck with the rest of the game. Okay! Thanks for being here! Have a good night!
Good evening.
Please come in. What brings you here?
My name is Sakia S. I came here to pray.
If you didn't know any better, you would have said you came here not to pray, but to fight. Easy there. By all means, go ahead.
I hope you'd keep our conversation strictly confidential if that's okay. Then I'd like to proceed.
Are you some kind of political figure?
You don't know who I am?
Baffling, isn't it? Do you know who I am?
My assistant spoke of yours and scheduled a meeting. I've been told that you're a god specializing in pop culture.
Just what exactly did Theodore tell them? You send a very curious glance behind you. The glance jumps around and sneaks inside the appointment, searching for its target.
I've told him to come whenever and bring some nostalgic personal piece as an offering. Didn't really do any background checks though. Please don't distract me. I have midterm papers to grade. Thank you.
He doesn't come out of his room, but through the telepathic connection, you hear him loud and clear. And you still don't know who this lady is.
I'm not a god of pop culture. I'd say we're even.
What? How can you even help me then?
Try me.
Now, what's your request and your offering?
I'm a filmmaker. Here's my offering.
The woman gives you an old, worn-out comic book and winces at the sight of you swallowing it whole. She used to love these stories once, tales of epic adventures and impeccable heroes. This love was constant in her life, a big part of her identity. This love shaped her work, her professional journey, her personal life, up until the moment she took a look around herself. This realization, this love, had left her long, long ago. She's left behind with nothing but a thin, copper thread of resentment. I came to seek divine inspiration.
Just curious, but why don't you ask the patron deity of arts for this?
I've been told that his blessings are for real artists. Superhero blockbusters don't count, only indie darlings of the pretentious art house. Fair.
No, it isn't.
Do you challenge the authority of the literal god of art?
Yes.
He is mistaken. Don't bother, I don't really care. Now, what do you struggle with?
I have a contract, a deadline, and no idea what to do. Every idea I toy with just sounds pointless and dull. Nothing is worth writing about.
Nothing is a perfectly fine thing to eulogize in thy craft.
Kidding.
Give mental health advice, brute force with divine powers of the undead. Now, I'm not an artist, but every deity is, in a sense, a creator, a content maker, and as a more experienced colleague, I can give you my piece of elderly wisdom. I've been in this field since 2004. I've existed long before you were born, so shut up and listen to me. Technically, you're not even lying. You've been in this realm before and then got banished, but that's irrelevant. Are you listening? Paying attention? Good. Nothing feels genius when you're in the middle of creating it. It always feels like a weird, empty, surreal, especially at the start of the journey. And it's always been this way, just don't remember it. Because when you finish a piece, it suddenly falls into place, it suddenly has meaning, and it's been there all along. Only then can you judge the value of the quality of your work. But before you're done, you're toying with nothingness, leaving meanings out of it. Of course, if you dip your hands in the abyss, it's going to stain you.
How do I deal with it then?
Keep pushing forward. It'll be worth it in the end. What if I just divine order all the way to 100? I only need to do this like 3 more times and then it'll max out. And then I can focus on compassion and humanities. Of course, there are gods from flesh, ascended mortals. Barely anyone remembers it, but that's how the main purpose of the Pantheon was to unite against the demons, to cast differences aside in the face of an existential threat. Both the heavens and the hell are the sub-realms of the human realm, parts of the whole, an interconnected set. Rent a sacred place. Here, what's this? Money. Coins, really? It just fascinates me how people value abstract numbers recorded somewhere more than physical precious metal nowadays, so I went to a bank and asked them to withdraw my funds in coins. Why? For fun. You forced your god to work and hustle. I deserve some payback.
You're so petty, it's adorable, going full circle back to respectable.
You proudly ignore his statement.
Anyway, since you're paying for the new place, it's only fitting that you can choose the design. Do you like any of these?
Can I manifest my temple there? I have an image in mind.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I mean, it's your place. I didn't want to impose. Oh my god! Look at them! Finally, it's time to see your proper temple, the headquarters of your church, the sacred place in your name, rented or not. You feel fuller somehow, more material, more accepted to this realm. It's both a rewarding and humiliating sensation, the divine order itself patting you on the head, commending you for following its rules. Do you mind? The abyss sense a sense of visceral disgust in return. Rude, you think? It's not this bad. There's a multitude of realms in the vast infinity and possible for humanity to appear once. It should be possible to happen again. And gods can't time travel. Of course this new place is so cool. It deserves a separate video. What clickbaity title can you add? It needs a lot of careful thought, so how about, hey mortals, come pray me, cool nya? Some things just work. Dragon slaying? So, base of operations secured. What's our next plan? Installing a sacrificial altar? Stocking lambs in the basement? Scouting for lost artifacts? Slaying some fearsome dragons? You really want to hunt overgrown lizards this much? Fire-breathing and badass winged overgrown lizards with the longest lifespan amongst mortal beings, if you please. Endangered species on the brink of extinction. Why are you running this for me? Surely you must have some ancient treasures associated with you. What do you remember about the times you last walked this realm? Nothing. Your mind's eye offers you no help as the flickering sense of something forgotten lingers somewhere close. And concepts don't need to be real. Whatever the definition of real is, there are gods formed from thought experiments. What is the divine order but a collective consciousness of all sentience? Let us in. You wake up from your cozy afternoon nap because a certain someone is being too loud. Let us through the gate. The abyss is calling for you, part of a whole. The void inside the ultimate emptiness. Why do you call my name, priest of the old ones? Oh wait, I look... The cat head is different. Cthulhu, Riley, Nagoga, blah blah. Try me. The call of the abyss gets cut from the side. Shit. With some kind of hysterical laughter, you realize you relate to humans. Well, not humans, but most humans, as you too have awful relatives. How does one even prepare for an unpleasant call, or even worse, an unwanted visit from an asshole relative? At least humans can technically go full no contact. You unfortunately cannot. Eldritch blood in your veins is the connection, and it is slightly more potent than societal obligations. Well, if Cousin Dearest is showing up as a generous host, it is your duty to offer a warm welcome. I want to max out my compassion. Shouldn't you be my subordinate? A barely clothed goddess asks you, the goddess of love surrounded by flower petals and... Are those swords? You inquire about the swords. She tells you not to dig deeper into her shameful past. Eldritch intervention. Of my blood and my name, extensions of my thought, answer my call.
I can't decide.
Oh wait, second.
I can't decide whether I'm sad because we've just bought this carpet or if I'm excited because did you establish a sacrificial altar? What's the occasion? Why are you non-human again?
Because we are probably fucked.
Uh-huh?
Cthulhu called. He's envious and pretty pissed I get to walk under these stars while he and his masters are stuck in the abyss.
The Great Old Ones?
Yes, you're aware that they find the human realm to be their rightful home, yeah?
But when I summoned you, you said the eldritch horrors are alien to this realm and that you are forced to mend to a human deity.
Well, I was alone and disoriented. The Divine Order forced its rules down my throat before I even had a chance to react. If the Great Old Ones make their Great Old entrance in full swing, the Divine Order could break down and this realm would change forever. Men to their own desires. That means eradication of humanity, by the way.
Oh, we're probably fucked. Did some wild cult decide to summon Cthulhu?
No, it would have been worse. For humanity. A little bit better for my consciousness, though.
Did you summon Cthulhu?
Not purposefully and not yet.
That doesn't sound reassuring.
Ah, shit. This tense seriousness is killing you. Don't worry. I will happily die protecting you and your kind. You wipe a metaphorical tear. Do you believe in me? I didn't summon Cthulhu. I am, however, an eldritch horror native to the abyss. Ever so slight, I am still a tear in the fabric of reality. Cthulhu is a messenger of the Great Old Ones, a scout of sorts. Hypothetically, he can follow me here. But he would have to appear alone and break the gap further for the others to pass through. If I managed to defeat him, it would render him inactive for a while and win time for reality itself to heal.
If
If
you manage to defeat him, and if you don't?
Then you're probably fucked. Kidding, I'm not planning to lose. Honestly, your doubt is disheartening.
I didn't mean it like that.
Just believe in me, okay? Not in a sappy sense. Your belief makes me stronger, quite literally. You're a lying liar who lies. But even severing your bond now and returning to the abyss won't help. The damage is already done. You can only hope to win. You and your army of minions. You have successfully summoned some minions. Week 29. It's not easy to pay attention to other matters when you have an ominously ticking sense of impending doom as a background process. But as wise humans with stellar mental health say, even if you have a very important deadline, you shouldn't forget to eat, sleep, and take regular showers. So you prepare, life goes on. Director's cut follow-up. I like your new place. It will look great on camera. Thank you? That's not a compliment. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Not the best compliment, sure, but I still count it as one. Please, it's an observation. I've been thinking about what you told me, and I would like to try a new thing, a documentary piece about you and your church. What would you say? Perfect. Thank you. Now, what do you think I should focus on? Pure unadulterated hype. Promotion of quality, accessible education. Are you planning to go political? I am the sole ruler of my domain. Why would I want to compromise my unlimited power for the temporary, very limited power of the office? Of course I don't want that, but people need to be taught safety protocols when engaging with arcane matters. In schools, I want to show messing with Divine 101 in between English, Lit, and Pre-Calculus. The doors were blasted open, which is fine. Cthulhu wouldn't enter by normal means, and everyone else is not a priority list right now. Oh yeah, the gods of the realm also don't bother enough to enter the doors like civilized beings. Hi, kinda busy here. Be quick or consider rescheduling if not urgent. A person with a giant-ass golden crest-shaped shotgun points a said shotgun at you. Oh, come on. Was I really that rude? I apologize, but I really have a lot on my plate right now. I've been told that this is a demon lair. I came to fight and free this place from their unholy presence. And you've been lied to. I'm not a demon.
Something a demon would say.
He said, she said, hearsay. Can't be used as primary evidence, so by presumption of innocence, I win. Is that all?
No!
You sigh. Normally you would consider a fun debate. Plus the possibility of a conversion and recruitment is always welcome, but you're really, really worried about other things at the moment. Preventing the apocalypse, namely. Theodore, hey, Theo!
Coming. What's up?
Please argue on my behalf. This fine hunter thinks I'm a demon.
Okay, what are we arguing for?
He looks at the guests examining their weaponry.
Whether the proper sign of the cross is either 2 or 3 fingers touching?
Our patron deity is Basilicus Solus.
Why the cross-shaped shooter then?
Balance. But your aura doesn't feel benevolent. Is this a trick?
Theo, please. Alright. Hey, demon or not. A Cody that won't attack you first. Can we put our weapons away for a second and talk?
Why shouldn't I attack?
Let's see. Hard question, really. You already came here with a predisposition that here be demons, enemies of mankind, but can you take a deep breath and set this belief aside for a second, alright?
What if there are mind-altering smokes in the air? Okay, don't breathe. Focus on me.
Run diagnostic tests, if you'd like. Now, do I happen to be possessed?
The wannabe demon slayer silently reaches for the pockets. From there, they extract a bottle of water and immediately splashes said water all over Theodore's face.
If you're a decent person, you'll pay for my laundry.
This doesn't provide distinctive proof. You might be a half-demon.
I'm just a mortal being, and you're overcomplicating things because you don't want to be wrong. Give me that damn bottle, you're not getting back.
When Theodore reaches out to the hunter, their fingers brush against each other. When Theodore reaches out to the When their fingers brush against each other, something shifts in the air.
This is a classic calling for Occam's razor problem, though. Have you ever heard anything about half-demons being immune to holy water?
As a matter of fact, I have. I fought some myself, but you are not a demon, I can see that.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that. But what changed your mind if not water, then?
2 things. First, most demons despise civilization and will not engage in philosophy.
Who knows, maybe I'm a special evolved half-demon who learned to hide his obvious weakness.
Yes, possible. I'll leave the second for you to figure out yourself. Peace. Did you just punch out Cthulhu? Oh my god, it's Cthulhu. Cthulhu's disgusting tentacles rip through the fabric of reality, and in your ears, there's a cry, the divine order pleading to you for protection. Oh, how long I've dreamed of this exact moment. All right, civilians. Alright, to leave the pyramid, just in Bello, and so on. Here comes the man of the hour, my second least favorite relative. The deep sea sends soldiers, amorphous, pulsating creatures of no concise form and shape, semi-sentient and shrieking. Shogots. Under the command of Cthulhu, they grow tentacles oozing with a secret of the color unlike any seen on Earth. But Shogots are not sapient. In a sense, they are like animals. They are animals to be tamed and trained, like warrior horses or hunting falcons. Unlike horses and falcons, they are symbiotic beings. They need a master to have a form. Your Shogots just so happen to adopt the shape of a common house cat. Through the wound of reality, Cthulhu emerges in all of his slimy, i.e. unthinkably alien glory. For natural inhabitants of the realm, it must hurt just to look at him. Treacherous fool.
How dare you disobey the will of the outer gods?
You feel an oncoming headache. How ironic it is, being rejected by both the Divine Order and the Abyss. Fuck them both. Let me demonstrate how. From where you draw your strength, oh, the god of. From the knowledge of the divine, from the unknowability of the abysmal. Godlike abomination your cousin dearest might be, he stepped foot in this realm, the Divine Order fights him, too, and what he represents here. Impossible, the unknowable, the existential threat. What can you even do in the face of greater horror than no one who was there when time and space did not yet exist? The undead won't save you against the ones who do not know either death nor drive. The void is uncaring nothingness for which they too came from. The tentacles rush forward, writhing in discordance. They curl around you, squashing and crushing. This is only the beginning of your punishment. The Abyss welcomes you back, promising nothing but pain for the rest of the time beyond. Game over? Game over?! No! What did I do wrong?! How do I skip? I went so far! Okay, wait. Where's the one control held down while control? Wait, I want to get a better ending. You've become way too mellow. Both rewarding and humiliating sensation. The Divine Order itself patting you on the head, commending you for following its rules. We'll save here. Your hazy memories, disjointed from the idea of arms, straight line, form images of white sand shores, smell. People in linen and wool went on a journey, abandoned their homes forever. The pain of their hearts and hope in their eyes. How did I unlock that? Game over again? Your chapter, you raised your reputation amongst the Pantheon. That won't save you against the ones who do not know her. The voice and caring nothing else to come from. The abyss welcomes you back, promising nothing but pain for the rest of time beyond. What the heck? I keep dying! Okay, one last try. I'll load back from this save. You know, it's funny. What exactly? You're supposed to be an eldritch horror. Oh, okay. Heaven smell like dogs and gods. Not today, you decide. Time to leave. Oh, shoot. Okay. She feels trapped by her own previous success. She's afraid to disappoint. It paralyzes her. It's a curse of every successful franchise. Hype up the continuation for long enough and it will never deliver. It will always not be good enough. That's life. And you happen to have a solution. Give me your hands. You focus and pass a tiny part of your gift to her, the ability to reach for a pleasure that's stronger than life itself. Here you go. Let me know how it works, okay? I never tried to share it before. The abyss sends a visceral sense of disgust in return. Fair, you think. A new weapon of mass destruction? Famous film director releases a movie so good we can't stop watching. Literally. Please help. The other interesting news. The Infinite just dead hero movies. Maybe. Please revoke it before humanity goes extinct. Week 30, Monster Hunter. Ah! Okay, I'll figure this out in my own time. To anyone who's still here, thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping by. This was a fun game, even though I keep on dying. I'll figure it out eventually. Thanks for being here with me. Bye! God, I need lunch. My neck hurts so bad.